Here we are. Welcome to another YouTube episode of Island Moon Live. I've decided to start doing a quick little intro for everybody on YouTube showing up later. And one thing is let you know that the live stream will start soon. We're going to get everybody set about 4 after the hour. We will be on the radio and rocking it that way. But thank you all for watching. Stick around. It's going to be a great show. And we appreciate you all. Jacob Oggs, back in a moment. Yeah, we're going to do a quick update as things are happening. We're hearing some storm development, and this gives me a chance to do some mic testing. Make sure all the levels are at the right places. Dell Rankin, Jay Gardner joining us right now. Let's see here. Let's get these mics up to level. There we go.
Look at these things.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, that's blazing hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So is that blower in the background.
yeah.
It's real hot.
Is that guy? What is it?
No,
with,
it's just the output in the headphones.
what is it with these guys and the fascination with power washers and blowers?
Can you,
Well, they're knocking all the dust out. Okay, that one's on its own volume control.
this one is?
Yeah. You want me to turn it down?
Yeah.
Keep,
little more.
keep talking. Okay.
Test one. Mic check, mic check, mic check. That's good right there.
Okay. Jay, how's the volume in that? That one's split 3 ways. No, I mean in your ears.
I can't hear that one, but this one's blazing.
Oh, the volume in your ears
Yeah.
is blazing? Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Okay, give me
sideways.
a quick check.
Hello, testing.
How loud do you want it in your ears?
Ooh,
About
turn
good
it
right there.
down a little bit.
A little
I don't
more.
know. How's it coming through? Well, okay.
You
there
hear it
we
going
go.
down?
Yeah. There we
About
go.
that'll
Okay.
good?
Yeah. Actually, a little bit up.
Okay.
Whoa. Okay. Now we can hear that blower again.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so quick storm update. It's going to rain.
It's gonna rain.
Dan McGee on Lamar Peninsula is reporting 4 inches.
Dan
Welcome,
McGee. Yeah,
yes,
that's right.
Welcome to our YouTube feed. We're going to be on live on the radio. I'm going to go ahead and we'll turn that off this time. Hey, Tyler, just sit up where you're going to sit. I'm going to adjust the camera real quick. And then we're
Make sure my nose is out of
we're
it.
off and running. If y'all want to do a quick storm update.
If you want, check out the next update will be at 4 o'clock, from what I can understand from National Weather Service.
What's the latest on it?
It's going to be raining by
about-
4 o'clock. So those of you out there in YouTube land, you've got about an hour or two, I'd say, by 1 o'clock. The rain's going to start, and it's going to continue.
I'll fix that. I'll go by Quick Quack.
I was going
Yeah,
that.
there you go.
Free car wash.
Yep.
I was gonna go by and check the surf this morning, but
It'll
setting
be
up new
perfect
equipment
later
and
this
stuff
afternoon
is-
when you're at work. It'll be perfect.
Yeah.
And then, oh, you should have missed it right before the storm. It got great.
Well, if the storm goes to the north of us, our wind's going to be offshore, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is absolutely perfect. So, Tyler, this is just like every other rainstorm that comes in off the Gulf right at us, and right before it gets to us, it splits, pounds Portland and Rockport, and then fizzles out in Baffin. So, yeah, the break's already started there.
Yeah, it'll split and it'll go right between
Well,
Cal
what's
Allen
the
and Oasis.
surf going to do?
It should be picking up.
there will be about a 2-hour window where it'll be golden,
Really?
and then it'll be victory at sea, and then about a 2-hour window where it'll be beautiful on the way out. Probably tomorrow afternoon, if I had to guess.
Whenever you can't get out there is when it'll
Yeah,
happen, just
exactly.
like
No,
that.
I'll be.
Right, middle of
I'm actually
everything.
doing a drone demonstration for some students tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Those are always good. Fly the drone over them. They can feel the prop wash. They're like, "Ooh, cute! Yeah, it's fun."
Well, if a storm's going, does it have a center? Does it have an eye?
It
kinda-
did.
No,
kinda
I-
fell
It's
apart.
redeveloping.
More
down
of the
below.
center is over land. Like it's running right down I-10 on the center, but all the storm, like everything that's blowing is
But
offshore.
that convection is looking like it might
So
get
we're
its own
on the.
Yeah.
So we're going to get
rain.
offshore wind.
Pull this down.
Well, I woke up this morning and we had a southwest wind. Where are you going, Jacob?
That means That means the water's going to pile up trying to get out of Lake Padre.
Now look at the flag. So that's like southeast, south.
They can't see that on the radio.
Well, it's coming pretty much straight out of the south.
Yeah. It
Which-
was southwest this morning.
That means that the water's going to be going under the Don Patricio Bridge, trying to come in,
It's not
trying
going,
to get out.
It's not going anywhere.
No, it's going to hit a dam over there.
It's got to hit a dam over there. It's not going anywhere.
Well, I guess we should open the sea gate.
We were working on Cruiser yesterday, and let me tell you, it was so hot. There was no current moving whatsoever. Nothing. I
No.
mean, just
and
killed us.
it will continue to not.
And the
flow.
beatings will continue until you.
Morale improves. Yes.
Well, they're working on the backhoe's back on the dam by the Commodores. It's coming. They're working on that.
It's about time for the city to start taking the lifeguard stands off, moving them.
All right. Yeah, exactly.
So take them off when you
yeah.
need them the
bury
most.
them in sand. Cover them in sand.
What
That'll keep 'em-
they've got about what 4 hours till the storm gets here. Let's just take the rest of Bob Hall Pier down. We'll pull the end of it
Oh
up.
yeah,
and,
we can pick up blocks like they
We
did.
got enough
Yeah.
time.
Come on, Scott
Yeah.
Cross.
Well, and hello to everybody watching. We're already at 7 people on YouTube Live, on Isla Moon Live on YouTube. So
Sorry, we'll just rot your brain.
yeah, exactly.
Anything said here
Guess what
can
you're
be
in for,
held.
man.
Anything is not necessarily the
The
The opinion
opinions
of
or
complete
yeah.
foundation repairs, especially stuff
So
about
we
CCA.
got we have
Yeah, right.
we have the football coach from Flower Bluff coming in later.
Yes,
Right.
Clint.
We have-
One Clint Elwood.
We have the season's about to kick off. We have Brian Gully's coming in. I think I saw his Tesla truck out there.
I did too. I'm surprised he's not.
It's going to go
And,
pick him up in a minute. He's still at
Kim
his house.
Irwin will be in. She can
Right,
talk
yeah.
about the fishing tournament this weekend.
Hooked on Padre.
Yeah, or hooked on. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. What's the weather going to be like?
That's a good question.
Oh, it'll be nice.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow, everything's going to blow through. Problem is, it's going to be hot. Temperatures are going to jump right back,
back up. Yeah. So
It's July in South Texas.
it'll be a sauna.
Yeah,
They say.
Yeah.
air you can wear.
Yeah, it was so. I mean, yes, I've never been that hot in my life. It was 102 and no wind in the bulkheads, and it's like, wow, wet from head to toe. We were just like,
That's when you get in the pool and then get out to
Oh,
cool
no,
off
there
because
was-
the
yeah.
water is hotter than the air,
yes, I was like wanting to go into some of the clients' pools.
like a boiled frog.
Right. Well, and I can give you a nice traffic report in Houston and Galveston.
Yes.
Yeah, you came down from Galvatraz yesterday.
I did. Had a
Did y'all
meeting.
y'all head back? I guess you went through Bucky's, so you went back up to Wharton, or not through? Yeah, you went back up to Wharton. You didn't come down Blue Water Highway.
No, I
Yeah.
just came up 45, got on the old Sam Houston toll road. Oh,
Look at
that
this
reminds
wind.
me.
The wind is freshening.
Yes.
It's normally it's
I
coming
think the
that way.
storm
Now
just started to blow in, huh?
Yeah. The outer bands. We're
Could be a while
experiencing
before the heavy
outer
stuff
bands.
comes.
Yes, exactly. I think I could get another round.
I could
Yeah, they
conceivably
won-
beat the course record.
Yes, exactly.
If you want to follow along with a bunch of the stuff we're talking about,
luck.
you can go to right.
That's
Good luck. Yeah. Welcome to a show that finally reflects what it's like in my brain.
Yeah, squirrels.
No, just head to islandmoon.com. Issue 1162 is up right now, unless you're among the special few that get the early email.
Well, the hard copy is already out at the Island Market, Ace Hardware, and the Big Stripes. Both of the stripes.
The big stripes.
Both of
oh,
the
here.
stripes.
Yes,
In case
and we
you
have a
haven't- where
Baby
Caravero's
stripes and
Yeah.
big
at.
stripes.
We've got a
Right.
hard
And,
copy.
We call
yeah.
that local
I-
stripes and super
And-
stripes.
Yeah, and Dollar General. I hit those early.
I've been frequenting Dollar General.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have quite a stand over there. A lot of tourists go in there every day.
You know, I try to go. I go by there on Sunday, and you got to go at the right time, or you end up in the mother of all waiting lines.
So we'll probably hear the commercials when they cut us in.
And then there'll be a weather update, right?
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
This just in.
Run for your very life.
KUIS Weather Update is brought to you by MIC Sports Network.
Here's your AccuWeather
Perfect timing,
weather
Tyler.
won't-
Today will be very warm with the sun breaking through clouds intermittently.
Good luck.
Breezy in the
Now we
afternoon
can
with a
share
high
our
of
commercial
99
breaks with our
tonight.
friends.
Expect partly
Yes.
cloudy skies with a thunderstorm from tropical rainstorm Bertha bringing flash flooding. The low will be 78. Tomorrow will be partly sunny with a few passing showers in the morning, becoming windy later with a high of 94. Saturday will be mostly sunny with some breezy in the afternoon and a high of 95. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Welcome aboard. This is Island Moon Live
Oh, baby.
on News Talk KUIS Corpus Christi, 1440 AM and 98.7 FM. And we are rocking along here. We're live from our beautiful Docks Waterline studio. We've got our background music running.
We need to get a theme song for our show.
Well, we've had a few that have been on the kind of top levels of
Are the Chipmunks still together? Maybe we could get them.
right. Well, we have
Or
Patsy
the
Jones,
the California
right.
Raisins.
Stevie Start has
Yeah.
his version.
Yeah.
Old school. Copyright problem, I'm sure.
Are they playing this bumper music?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody hold fast and enjoy the.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
The Chipmunks.
Yep. Big shout out to Doug and Will helping us get everything all set. We are rocking and rolling here on a beautiful Island Moon Thursday. We've got some nice clouds and an actually kind of interesting. What's this wind? What would you say, Jay?
It's like due out of the south. It's coming straight up the pipe.
Straight up the pipe.
This morning was a southwest wind, so Usually when we get a southwest wind, the wild horse desert dust comes off and really sets my allergies off.
And it gets
but
hotter
we still
than snot.
But we still have the Saharan dust and the wildfires from the Yucatan. So
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
The
Just
mud-
in time for
Whatever you want.
It's
I
the
think Cedar
trifecta.
Fever will be here next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
have that on your
The
bingo card.
mudslides will put out the brush fires.
Exactly. Dale Rankin, editor publisher of the Island Moon. Jay Gardner,
Fresh off the road.
biologist, road tripper, and engineer extraordinaire,
Sure.
among other things, with LJA Engineering. Tyler, the Salty Angler Thorson, also with Complete Foundation Repair. My name is Jacob Oggs. They just let me in here to set stuff up, and they call me Technical Difficulties. That's my street name, among many
Middle
others.
initial R.
TDs.
We've got a lot of stuff going on. We're going to jump right in and talk about some water flowing underneath the Commodore's Bridge
Yes.
today. If you're familiar with Padre Island, there has been a sand dam set up in place near the
Sand
White
plug.
Cap. Sand
Sand
plug.
plug.
Yes.
Berm.
A damn
yeah.
plug.
Yeah. Well, it's a. What's a sand gate, we can call it? I think is
Yeah.
the POA
Yeah,
approved
right.
term.
We need to close the sea gate because there's a storm coming.
Yeah.
Well, I was driving yesterday over the Commodore Bridge, and I looked over, and there they were, with a front end loader taking that thing out, and they're out there working this morning. So
Absolutely.
it's been there since June of 25.
Right.
So,
So I actually applied for that permit. I went back and looked. It's 5 years and 2 months
Really?
that I applied for that permit.
Well, that
So-
thing, it's on a fast track then.
yeah. It's
So,
fast-tracked.
okay, explain to everybody out there in Radio Land and our friends watching on YouTube on Island Moon Live, either now or in the future. Hi, everybody. Explain how a permitting process works for just generic construction on the island.
No.
Just generic construction. Like what? Because everybody says, "Oh yeah, just get the permits," and everybody knows that it just takes time. But who does it have to go through? Who all's involved?
Goes through the Army Corps of Engineers permit. If you're over 1/10 of an acre, then you don't qualify for a nationwide permit. You're into an individual permit or a proffered permit, which is what we actually got on Tuesday. And then that has to be run through U.S. Fish and Wildlife, looking at endangered species, National Marine Fisheries Service, looking at giant manta rays, small tooth sawfish, and Rice's whales.
Manatees.
And manatees is actually under U.S. Fish and Wildlife.
Ah,
so,
okay.
But it has to go through the bifurcated process of endangered species, TCEQ, Texas Parks and Wildlife, just an alphabet soup of all these different places that have to get back to you and let you know that it's okay. You know, the funny thing is when I wrote the permit years ago, I'm getting comment letters back from these alphabet soup agencies, and I can read my own writing. I'm like, okay, I can copy and paste too. But anyway, no, they actually do a really good review of this to make sure that all of our I's are dotted and T's are crossed to make sure that we don't have any effects on endangered species.
So as we sit here today, though, there's the dam is coming out near the Commodore's. The plug is coming out near the Commodore's Bridge, and I had some communication with the owner of the property at Lake Padre yesterday, who has said consistently that when the Commodore's sand plug comes out, he'll remove the one at Lake Padre. He said he does not have a firm time to do it.
Right, exactly. And Jacob asked me that beforehand. He said, okay, so when is Tim going to pull the plug? So
Tim Lang is the owner of the property at Lake
right.
Padre.
So the idea is he's already got them on retainer, and I don't know if I should say the name of the company. The company's great. It's doing the work, and the ones that are pulling the plugs out of Commodores are the same ones that would pull the plug out
So
of Lake
so
Padre.
it's the same crew.
It's literally the same crew.
Okay, yeah.
So they can go
So
over there.
so one will happen first, and the other will happen next.
Yes.
Well, what I'm wondering is I'm looking at the map. It looks like a lot of the storm is going to go north of us, which means we're apt to get water trying to get out of the laguna back into Lake Padre. It seems like having that plug out would be advantageous rather than protecting us. It could cause water to back up trying to get out.
I mean, we're here Thursday afternoon, and a storm's coming in.
Yeah.
What's another couple of days? Pull
Right.
it out Monday after the storm's
It might pull
Right.
itself out.
just duck
Right.
dive and
Right.
yeah. Now, I mean, what are we gonna? We're expecting what, 1.5 foot of surge here.
Something like that. That'll put it up about
And
just a little bit past the base
No,
of the
I
dunes.
guarantee
and
you,
it's moving so fast that it won't have time to move a bunch of water, so we might not see a bunch
So it'll
for a
probably
couple
be
of days.
nothing.
the amount of
Yeah.
people that pretend they're surfers coming down from Austin and San Antonio will be larger than the amount of water coming in from this storm.
I've seen
What's the
waves.
surf going to do? It sounds like we might, where the storm's going, we should get some good surf, right?
Well, there will be small windows of when it gets really nice. The taper, because it's hitting in the middle of the night, probably this afternoon into this evening, we'll start seeing really good surf. But it's with any storm, the way that our bars and everything work. Well, I tend to say it gets too big for its britches, right? So our bars will only hold swell up to a certain size. Then it's just victory at sea.
Yeah, they just started some mush.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, you can
White
still go
water.
serve it, but it's not great. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah,
all right.
there's no real line to it. It just breaks all
just
over
wave,
the place.
Wave,
yeah.
wave. And then, but on the downside, after the storm goes, so tomorrow probably by the afternoon, we'll have more of that groundswell, that long period groundswell coming back in before the prevailing southeast winds take over and push water back in.
But then, I mean, because it's going to rush up, but then it rushes back. So you get this refraction, this wave
Yeah.
refraction
Yeah.
that just dices out, and you just stand there at the seawall and look at it and go, no,
yeah, yeah.
no.
So the beach at the seawall is probably going to be underwater. If we're getting a foot and a half,
I don't know, maybe.
Foot
I don't
and
know
a
if they'll
half.
get that high.
They
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
have a pretty good edge there now. Speaking of that, and surfers, will Chief Markle will he have his crew saying, "Hey, I wouldn't advise going out there because it's too dangerous"?
So that was for different county regulations. If we do have a big storm coming in, I'm sure the city will have the lifeguards and other beach patrols just saying like, "Hey guys, well, in that case we can't park on the beach anyway, so people will just park and walk up," and they've been good. It was since the unknown virus from unknown origin time that they really stopped.
Right.
but that
public
came from the
access.
governor's office.
But,
Yeah.
but that was a good question because I've been traveling a lot lately. I've been watching the news in like Destin and Tampa. Bertha came from Tampa, by the way. And in Destin yesterday, the surfers were like trying to come down and get on the beach. They were threatening to arrest people
Really?
if you tried to get in the water. They wanted nobody in the water.
well, that'll start a
Yeah.
shooting war around
Yeah.
here. You can pull that.
Yeah. What are you going to tell them they can't drive on the beach next? No, oh my gosh. When did Florida go communist?
I don't know.
No, well,
That's
Destin,
crazy.
they'll arrest you on a perfectly good day for trespassing in front of those,
In front of the condos,
Yeah.
yeah. This is crazy.
Well,
so,
well,
yeah.
so-
So be careful out there, everybody, please.
So what the other thing this week that's happened is I don't know if you guys have been over to Bob Hall Pier, but they're back to charging admission. They got a temporary building there. You're paying for the rods, the normal stuff again. But what surprised me in looking at those new structures, the new restaurant and the new admissions building, they're building them out of the styrofoam blocks.
yes, that's a lot sturdier, like
Those
up
things
to
will
200 mile per hour wind, I think.
Yeah, those things they have proven since the 1980s that they are the way to go. That's the gold standard. So those things will. There's a famous picture from Hurricane Ike when it took out the Bolivar Peninsula. The whole neighborhood, the foundations were washed away even, and there's one house left standing.
It'll be like
And
Planet,
it
Planet
did
of
have
the
a
Apes.
shingle missing.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
There'll be Bob Hall Pier, and there'll be the bathrooms and the
Yeah.
concession stand.
We know where to run. We know where to hide, and so I think I'm glad to see they were doing that. They're making them out of those things.
Yeah.
And it's construction that we should see more of around here, really, because it's shown over the years that it works. So that's coming along. It looks like
They've got the former restaurant structure taken down to a skeleton.
yeah. And I don't know what they're going to do for the walls there. They may leave it open. I don't know. I haven't. The design didn't show
The
that.
roll-up walls were a great idea because you could raise and lower them as you needed, depending
But
on time of the year, the weather.
They
and-
are so expensive.
Yeah.
Are
They
they?
are outrageously expensive.
Well, they've got and the pedestrian pathways there are wooden pallets basically put between concrete structures, so that can break loose and you can retrieve them. The old concrete ones settle to the bottom. These will presumably float.
Well, the thing I've been noticing is the lack of crowds out there, and mainly it's because there's no place to park unless you have four-wheel drive. It's
Yeah.
like really dicey. So a lot of the folks that came out there before, they're coming in the family, minivan,
Yeah.
and they're going out there and they got all their stuff, and they don't want to get stuck out there. So there's less of that going on right now. Although I did see a bunch of kids from the island they go out there and they ride their bikes, and mom drops them off and gives them $20, and they just have at it.
Yeah. So that's going on. We've had we've had the distraction this week, which I'm sure there's plenty of time on other radio shows for non-island radio shows to talk about what's going on at City Hall.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't do
That's
it.
going on today.
Don't
so
do it.
I tried to watch it yesterday, but I couldn't keep up.
So you use your knife to poke out your other good eye.
Yeah, something like that. So that's going on today. Then we have also was on the agenda down there this week about going to 4-year council terms, which seems like a monumentally bad idea to me, but we'll see. And if there's anything that could make a bad situation worse, that might be it.
You had a good message that you pointed out there. It's like, well, if somebody's bad, you can at least get them out in 2 years. If they're horrible, you got 4 years of sitting with them.
Yeah, now you're really stuck.
Well, we have now 250 years of a tradition that says spending bills initiate in the lower house, right? The power of the
Yeah.
purse lies in the lower house. Austin and Washington, those are 2-year terms, and there's a reason for that. So that if
Well, we will tell you that reason. As soon as we come back, we're going to take a quick break. Island Moon
Thank
shall
God.
return.
Up next.
Bring you up-to-the-minute local news and weather with Chris Six News at noon. Stay on top of
granted,
all
does
your
it include the marina stuff?
This is where we're at.
Yep, it includes the marina stuff and 5 future bridges, some other improvements that haven't been built yet. So that's another thing is we got told to stop what we were doing, and then they wanted to see the entire project. So we had to put in stuff that you may not see built for another 2 to 3 years. So, but it's all in there.
But the permit clears the way for work to go. Now it's just a matter of scheduling it and getting it done.
Yep. Now it's about money.
What?
Political will. Political will. That's nothing.
Well,
I did notice that you corrected Vicente Gonzalez said that he thought it stopped at Packery about the TERS or not the TERS, the voting.
finally got what I believe is a definitive
pass? Is that
answer.
what it is?
Fish pass.
Yeah.
I kept
what?
digging through. So the northern boundary of congressional district 34.
Oh, gotcha. Right. Yeah, yeah.
He was under the impression that it may be SPID. I was looking at the maps that came out with the original bill,
Yeah.
and it looked like Packery. But I kept digging around in the state records, and I found one I could zoom in on without it digitizing, and it's Fish Pass. Is what it
that
is.
makes sense.
That's where it is.
What was that boundary we were looking at one point in time? Oh, I think it was like Nueces County. We couldn't shoot sandhill cranes, and the border was Packery or something like that.
Yeah,
Maybe not north.
I forgot. South of 37,
On every other Tuesday.
east
Now,
of.
now somebody was telling me
east of
that
77.
sandhill crane, that's ribeye in the sky, you can eat those.
Oh
so
yeah,
good,
they
yeah.
actually are good.
pretty
Really?
good.
We had we shot Didi and
The
he
three-
got the Didi award for the first Sandhill crane
Three of us.
at Willie's
We got
Ranchito.
to go out
And
to
they
Willie's
are,
Ranch.
I know people are
Roadkills.
like they're so pretty. They are pretty, but they are plentiful enough to where you can hunt them.
Right.
And they do it all the time at Baffin and places like that. They'll have those shooting things
Further
where you'll-
inland, in the flight lanes, the migratory paths,
Yeah.
you can get a lot.
Like
But the
a-
limit's
like-
only 2.
like Lubbock.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. How do you
No,
cook them?
we enjoy
Just like you
medium
would
rare.
steak.
Sorry,
Yeah.
here we go.
Get them up to temperature, or get it up to room temperature.
Ribeye in the sky.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
So you get to put
You got to punch it to knock them out.
And we're back on Island Moon Live. We are here at our gorgeous Docks Waterline studio. Tyler, the salty Engler Thorson, Jay, the gristle master gardener, Dale, the manatee wrangler.
That's right.
Yes,
Rankin.
yes, that is.
My
definitely
patent
true.
on the manatee saddle is pending in Washington.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's caught up in U.S. Fish and Wildlife. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the permits tend to do that.
I'm feeling the first little breeze of the storm, it seems like. Coming straight out of the south here. The temperature has dropped a little bit.
Yeah, it feels
Yeah,
like
and the surf's kicking up here in the ICW. The waves
So
are
we're
getting a little
gonna-
rough.
So this, so far this hurricane season, we've had a a storm that formed over Falfurrias, and now one
Yes,
that,
exactly.
that formed
yeah.
that's moving straight from east to west,
And
headed
then
to
a
San
east-west.
Antonio.
And then a east-west, and then and
Yeah.
a second one that formed over Lakey last week. Yeah.
So now, well, speaking of that, I was reading yesterday. We've got this surge of water coming down the Frio and the Nueces River. It looks like it may raise the western reservoirs to the point that we might actually get out of stage 3 water rationing.
Yes, I was actually just talking to Sam Shugaric, one of the guys that used to work at the Nueces River Authority. He was over at the Coastal Bend Basin Estuaries plan deal this morning, and he said it will take several days for that water to get down here, obviously, sometimes up to 2 weeks for the whole tails to get down here.
Yeah.
But he said the real question is it's got to go through the area where the Eagle Ford Shale has been drilled.
Yeah.
And the last time that it flooded up, that was before the Eagle Ford, so he has no idea how much groundwater penetration there's going to be in the river. So it may just like and wind up being nothing. But then again, there could be some water flowing over the dam.
So it's at somewhere around Tilden now, I think, right?
Yes, exactly.
Well, they're saying that Tilden, they hadn't seen the water this high since 2000. Our buddy Big Frank was talking about their
They had to
live report.
Have to put the wheels back on City Hall and move it to higher ground.
Yeah, not kidding.
So so it'll be here sometime around the weekend,
Yeah.
and so if the lakes get to 30%, then
The lake is at 30. So,
we,
yeah.
we go off of, well, it's the average of the two is what I read.
Right,
And
yeah,
so
yeah, I gotcha.
one was low, and I forget which was which.
But if we go off that, we still have to follow our trash day. So we can't just go to.
Exactly. Well, and also just got word from our buddy Michael Wyatt that he's already gotten all of the toilet paper and paper towels.
Oh, that's
So
right. And
it's-
go
it's
get all the
already
milk
gone.
and bread
Yeah.
and eggs and
Yeah, I
toilet
got the
paper,
single
yeah.
ply rose tissue.
Yeah. How
from
thin was
H-E-B.
it, Tyler?
It only had one side.
I saved a
That's
roll
thin.
for you. I saved a roll for you. I just got a note from our buddy Sergio Gonzalez at the City Parks Department. He's in a training session or a workshop with the Corpus Christi Metropolitan Planning Organization, and they have a grant program. They actually, Dale, you put it out in the paper a few weeks ago, calling for projects that have to do with bicycle and pedestrian crossings
Yeah.
and connections. And so the problem is, I just learned this from Sergio. Thank you, Sergio. It's the STBG SATA program. They only have $6.6 million. So, that'd be great if we could spread it around and get a little bit more. But unfortunately, they put the minimum project request at $1 million. So you have to have at least $1 million project.
We never have a
It's like-
problem running up the cost of
Yeah.
project.
No, I mean, we can do that.
We can
so
Build a
figure that
hotel
out.
for that.
it's like there's been a bunch of workshops over this one grant program that's going to get a sidewalk.
Well, one of the things
someplace,
I did write about this week, speaking about the bike paths, we had the police chief on here about, 3 months or so ago, in May, whenever that was. I think it was May. School was about to be out, and we were being overrun with electric bikes. That's gone away.
Yeah.
Well, they confiscated all of the bad ones.
That stopped. It's
Yeah.
now you still see them, but you don't see them nearly as numerous and running up and down the streets through traffic like they did. It was a low key public awareness campaign, and it worked.
Well, for the record, it never really bothered me, but from a public safety standpoint, I can absolutely see. I know how I was when I was 13 or 14 years old. You
Yeah.
put me on something that could do 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Guess how
You're gonna-
fast it was
You're
going.
going to pin
Yeah.
the throttles.
Yeah.
How far this thing will fly?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I think that Andy Griffith did an episode on that. The kid was riding
Yeah.
up and down the sidewalks.
Well, so that problem has kind of resolved itself. We also had this week, the word came, we had a record number of Kemp's Ridley nests. The record was set last year, and we broke
So
it again this
we're
year.
right in the
600?
middle. Are we in the middle of nesting season or towards
No,
the
it's
end?
about
It's
over.
at the end. It's over.
We're
Okay.
towards the end of Kemp's, but green sea
Greens.
turtles will keep going
They
till
were just.
October.
They,
yeah.
yeah, they were
Okay,
just,
that's what I was
They
thinking
just
of.
found one yesterday.
and
Well, they had
loggerheads,
they had a turtle release. The Sea Life Center had a turtle release Saturday, and it was all greens about the size of a pizza.
all the ones that got entangled in the jetties and
in the mats,
rescued,
in the
yeah.
in the sargassum.
Oh, yeah.
So they had a good crowd out there, and I was turtle wrangled out. I didn't have the proper passes.
Oh no, they're real particular about that. There's also this may not be, but I noticed in this edition of the Island Moon, you have the Seashores having a hatchling release on Sunday.
Yeah.
Weather permitting. That's always cool, and you got.
They only have a few of those now, don't they?
Right, and you got to get out there. It's one of those life things that if you have never seen that with your kids or grandkids, that's one to get in line for. I think you have to get a permit prior to that and get out there really early. But they're good.
There's a lot of questions that I have about, one, the National Seashore, and two, the turtle releases, and three, the turtle program that's going on there. And we're trying to get a hold of this park superintendent to get him on and clarify a bunch of stuff. That is probably one of the biggest missed opportunities, sitting right here in our backyard, I think.
Yeah.
And big up to Texas Sea Life Center and Dr. Tim
Tristan,
for helping out with a bunch of the releases and stuff that's going on the at our Michael J. Ellis seawall.
Yeah.
And speaking of things oceanic, Dr. Brian Gully joins us now. Good morning. How's it going, Doc?
Good morning, guys.
You getting a new
Flip
park
that.
over there in your neighborhood, Brian? How's that? I haven't been over there in a few days. Every time I drive by there, it looks like it's closer to being done.
No, we've got all kinds of things going on. I just went past them. They've got, 100 trees being planted there.
Yeah.
So that prairie is not going to be a prairie anymore. It's gonna be
Right. We're
forest.
talking about Packery Channel
Factory
Park.
Channel Park.
one of the things
then
they were-
the big pier. They're building a pier at the
Yeah,
aquarium.
it'll be a free to the public fishing pier, a living shoreline, and the boardwalk that's going in is massive.
It's long.
Around the area. And we were talking to some friends from the Parks Board about the trees and what they're doing there as far as the plants and planting everything goes. And they were saying that instead of trying to plant little tiny plants and have it compete to try and survive, if they go in and just plant trees, they've got an instant oak motte or motte they
That's
call
right.
it for migratory birds.
And that's what we started.
fall.
We started that design 10 years ago.
Really?
So this has been a long time coming. Back when I worked for a different shop.
And then
This
federal
is-
grant money came.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, this is all federally grant funded, right?
Right, so
all these projects are 100%
Right.
grant money.
So phase one was from BOMER, and it was CAP, right? Coastal Impact Assessment Program. I wrote the original grant for the county, I don't know, a long time ago, at least a decade or so ago, and then laid the groundwork for Scott to reuse a lot of that information to do the Restore grant. And so the trees that they're just planting trees out there, those are actually modules that we designed, Mary Ellen Vega and I designed many years ago. And so they have, proper canopy, understory, and ground clearance stuff. That's all for the neotropical migrants that come through and use that as a fire stop.
And we're
right?
talking about
Ah.
birds, not people, so don't get all irate out there.
Not winter
Exactly.
Texans.
Yeah.
Well, it does.
They're
it
not
does bring
neotropical.
winter
Although they-
Texans.
From
Yeah.
Florida, maybe.
Their yappy dogs may go there. We don't know.
Right,
And they're also
exactly.
putting in, I noticed in the water, they're putting those, I don't know what you call them, they're triangles, like pyramid
They
shape.
call them structure for fish.
Now
Yeah.
that's the living
Yeah.
shoreline, and it's got holes in it for fish to come and go, and of course barnacles and everything grows
Yeah.
on it.
Those are going to be boat speed bumps.
They're gonna bounce off that thing. I
Yeah.
tell you.
And you can
So-
snag them. We found out you can snag them pretty easily with fishing for a certain bottom fish.
Well,
Yes.
it pretty much knocked the fishing out on that side of the pier, but of that side of the park. But at least the pier's there for people to fish, because if you ever hooked a fish, you'd be trying to bring them back in between these little slots, and that's not going to work.
Right.
So I wonder who is the first boater that's going to be decapitated by, power braid going across their throat, and the first fatality of the
Spot
boater
news in
that
the
hits
making.
it's going to be an attractive nuisance. So
Well, it's coming along. It looks like they're supposed to be finished by the end of the year. I think the restaurant on the pier is going to be done by sometime around the end of the year, next spring break maybe.
We're going to jump to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we will do a Bob Hall Pier update. I've got a couple other interesting questions, Dale. Everybody sit around and hold fast. We shall return.
Rooftop KYS and Lazy Beach Brewing invite you to the annual Summer Sun Fun Run this August 1st. This year, we're running for the Alzheimer's Association.
Up
And you
at
can do
Dover
your
City
part
Hall
to
yesterday.
What was there?
The thing for the mayor, they're doing the whatever it is, trial hearing, whatever it is.
No, I didn't know it was going on.
Yeah, it was yesterday,
taking the
and I
flag
think
down.
it's back in today. They
I
played
know it
all
was
the
scheduled
depositions.
for yesterday and today.
It was juicy. Sorry.
yes,
It was interesting.
it was very juicy.
Well,
Did
it
you,
was.
anyone here know what's going on?
I watched it off and on. I didn't watch it straight through, but essentially they went. It flowed like the prosecution side of a trial, where you start out, you lay the predicate. This happened in here. Then they went through the depositions.
Right.
And that was with assistant city manager and another guy I didn't know, but they were basically just going through, putting everything on the record.
Well, one of the things that bothers me about that, and I'm trying to be completely neutral on this as best I don't always have that ability, but had the mayor just finished her deposition, there would be thousands of dollars less attorney fees. Because all these fights and stays that go to court try to stop what they're trying
About
to
a second
do,
deposition.
so she doesn't have to finish her deposition. But when they let her off the deposition because the lawyer had some health or appointment or something, the agreement was made in all parties is to finish it at the next convenient time. And then somehow they reneged on that odd plan and said, we don't want to finish that deposition.
So that's what the
so
legal
we're going to fight
fight's
it as
been
far
over?
in court as we can. That's what these fights are going on. They're losing every step, but they are drawing things out a lot further. But every time you draw things out, you spend a lot of taxpayers' money.
Legal fees.
A lot.
Well-
and so that's the reason that guy, the latest lawyer they had, was fired, is because he took it upon himself is to appeal it to the Texas State Supreme Court, which means usually you got to hire another $1,100-$1,200 an hour lawyer to
Appellate
take
lawyer.
it before this. Yeah, and then who's paying for that? All of us. And if you've lost in appellate court, it's usually a good idea.
Well, I'm
just to-
guessing, I didn't look
the
at the
deposition.
schedule, but I guess they go through the evidence today, and then I guess the council votes at the end of that process.
I don't know.
I don't
know.
I'm not sure how
I
that
didn't-
plays out. I've never seen one of these kind of legal proceedings before,
I
where
just-
where some of the witnesses are also the jury.
It's a very different situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've never been afraid of depositions, unless you got something to be afraid of. you know?
Well,
Right,
deposition
yeah.
is like a prostate exam. It feels so good when it stops.
You have to spit out something you said in the 6th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So that, and then they tabled all the charter amendments that looks like are going to go on the ballot. It looks like they have the votes to put them on the ballot. And when you go to those 4-year terms, all kinds of state laws kick in. You have to have the at-large elections have to be won by a majority of votes,
which is good.
and you also have to declare for a place,
I
1,
tell
2,
you-
and 3 as at large.
And we've watched this over the years, but
All right,
and I
here we
was.
go. And welcome back to another beautiful Island Moon Thursday. We are here at our Docks Waterline Studios. It's nice and cloudy. The breeze is kicked up a little bit, and we're looking good here. And, we're riding in style. If you want to ride in style, you need to get rid of that old car or truck. You need to go take it over to Frank at Discount Motor Co. He's right there at 6601 SPID, right between Turner's and the movie theater. He wants to buy that old car or truck. Get that thing out of your way. You don't need that anymore, man. Upgrade. It's time to get something nice. He'll pay $500 more than the big box store across the street. And you can actually talk with someone who will and can buy your vehicle. Don't just sit there and go through someone who has to talk to 8 different managers. No one wants to play that game. Go see Frank the Bank at Discount Motor Company. You can go to discountmotorcompany.com, see their active inventory of fleet vehicles, trucks, cars. Man, you need that new 4-wheel F-250. Man, he's got it for you. Go see Frank and tell him you heard about it on Island Moon Live.
We haven't had Frank on in a while. We need to get him back on the show.
I know. We'll get an update from him. Speaking of updates, Dale Rankin, editor-publisher of Island Moon, Jay Gardner, Dr. Brian Gully, Tyler Thorson. My name is Jacob Oggs. Just before we jump to the break, we've got the new kiosk up at Bob Hall Pier. Are they charging now? Is it
Yes, they are.
active? It's active now.
Yes.
Okay.
We started last weekend.
No such thing as a free ride out there at Bob Hall
Well,
Pier
not
anymore.
unless you shinny up the side. If you could climb over the side of the pier, you might be able to.
Then I won't even be mad. I'll be just kind of
Yeah.
impressed.
I noticed something that's normally not there. Last week there was a free display from Krista Spawn, and it had sunscreen in it.
Oh,
Now, back in my day, you weren't allowed to put any kind of signage on Bob Hall Pier. That was part of the
right.
them giving the land for that. So I don't know if that's okay. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's great that they're giving sunscreen out
Right.
because those kids, back in our day, they'd all have that nose
Yeah.
thing and,
Yeah,
and the
zinc
pink cheeks.
oxide, yeah.
Well, if they had that.
So we should probably cover again the storm. Looks like we've started to feel the weather shift here a little bit.
Yeah, Delbert pulled the flag down on the flagpole over there. So,
Did he?
Oh,
yeah.
he's like if he,
He's
when he
going
started
into
boarding up
storm
in,
quarters.
Storm quarters.
I tell you what, from the
Sounds
gut
so cool.
from the gut bucket, the guy over there, he's sharpening his blade, and the folks came
Hey.
over there and they threw a ton of black drum down. So,
People
Really?
found a lot of fish this morning. I think everybody's trying to get out ahead of it. I had some people wanting me to go work in Rockport today. That's not going to happen.
that's where Complete Foundation Repairs is right now. They're in Rockport doing some bulkhead joint repair. So that was nice enough for Jim.
So
to
we'll
go
have
play.
surfing will be spotty. You'll have to just watch the surf sites, I guess, to see when the waves will be good. Fishing should be good by this weekend. You have the Hooked on Padre fishing tournament over here at Marker 37. So looks like the weather's going to be hot as it can be, but okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's July in South Texas. It's hot.
And maybe
So that's
there'll-
going on.
and maybe there'll be a little bit more water in the Laguna.
Yes, it could be. And speaking of that, we have we mentioned earlier the sand plug at the Commodore's Bridge is coming out as we speak. The one at Lake Padre, which is, my phone started lighting up about 6 o'clock this morning. Wanting to know when's the one on Lake Padre coming out, because everybody wants to take their boat. And one of the questions that I got, which I answer frequently, is the clearance, the boat clearance. It's 14 feet at Commodore's. It's 14 feet at Don Patricio.
At mean high tide.
And that changed with the tide.
Yes,
So
at mean
keep
high
that in
tide.
mind.
Yeah.
And if you're not aware of that yet, you will be when you forget to take the rods down off of the back of the.
click,
Yeah.
click, click,
Yeah,
click,
yeah,
click,
exactly.
click,
And
click,
so I
yeah.
went and measured the Gypsy Bridge, which is 9.5 feet, which is the lowest of the bridges, and the Whitecap is 11.5. So if you're at 11.5 feet, you can get to the Gypsy Bridge, but not under. But you can get under both the Don Patricio and the Commodores, which needs a name, by the way. It's the Commodore Bridge on Commodore's Drive.
Right.
And so we got the Don Patricio Bridge. We need to,
Why don't we call it the Manatee Bridge?
yeah.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
I'm just spitballing here. But
Exactly.
yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Throw
Hey,
that
manatees deserve some love too. Right.
That's
We've
right.
got a bunch of certified manatee observers out there just ready to get
That's
to work.
true.
The Mandel Manatee Bridge.
There you
Yes.
All right.
That one might come to fruition, but while Theodore is still around.
go. Theodore's listening up there in the high country,
But
He's
you-
a mile up there.
So I've gotten a lot of questions, about permitting and, having to go through U.S. Fish and Wildlife for manatees. And people actually ask me, they're like, do manatees actually come around here? I'm like, do you not remember the last time we had it open? It was 2 days. 2 days later, there were
There was
four
a-
manatees
Yeah.
in the canal system. People
Yeah.
were like, whoa.
Well, and depending
holy
on
cow.
the time of year, people really kind of forget a bunch of the exotic species that we have around here. Every year during the anchovy the anchovy hatch, when they
Right,
really
yeah.
start their move, there's all kinds of awesome species that jump up underneath them. There was a manta ray in Packery Channel three years ago.
Absolutely.
Huge, like a 8 to 10 foot wide manta ray. It was gorgeous. That was yeah.
People love those things
Yeah. Also, you can't get caught leaving your water hose off your dock.
for manatee.
And you
yeah.
don't feed them, especially like Taylor Farms lettuce, because you'll have a mess in
Yeah,
the canals.
exactly.
You give them the disease.
Well, yeah,
Nothing like explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, with a manatee.
I don't think I want to see that.
You haven't lived.
Well, I was speaking to a friend of mine this week
Something wrong with you two.
who shall remain nameless, and he got that disease, and they couldn't figure out what it was. It had serious health issue for about 2 weeks, and they finally it was one of there were 14 cases of that thing at that time. This is
20, there's 20, I think, now, but it's
this
still
was some
over
weeks
still,
ago.
yeah.
And so he's trying to figure out, well, I didn't eat any cilantro, I didn't really eat any, but the only suspect was the lime that came on his Dos Equis beer. So now,
Really?
yeah,
that's a
Seems
reach.
too acidic to me.
yeah,
He went to Taco Bell.
maybe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South of the border.
So anyway, if you're getting a Mexican beer, you might want to go sin lime for a couple of weeks. Just be on the safe side.
that's
Seen him
Spanish for
on-
without lime.
You broke the code.
Well,
Sorry.
I'm looking at packracesurfcam.com right now, and it is flat. If we didn't have upwelling conditions, it'd probably be good trout fishing out in the surf right now.
I bet it would be because I'm sitting right here.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Because you're
Nice.
not there, of course.
No.
So if
that-
anybody's thinking about coming down from San Antonio or Austin or Dallas or somewhere, the fishing will still be good. Bring your sunscreen, but the fishing will be good. Surfing, who knows? Bring your board.
It'll be cooler on the beach than it is in San Antonio, I would think.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah, especially with that upwelling that we keep talking about, is bringing in that cooler water.
And so we've
It
got.
feels good.
So it's going to be an active weekend. Our beaches, the last, I'd say, since the 4th of July, have been just about as crowded as they can possibly be on the weekends. We're starting to see serious traffic issues. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. I tried to go across SPID last week to get to Dollar General, and I turned around and went home because it was a no left turn weekend, which we don't have very often on Padre.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. There was also construction going on with that water pipe over there, over by Dollar General, and that's gotten
Yeah.
it down to one lane at times.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of water lines, there's another one going in off of Nemo Court
Yeah.
with more development going on in the Whitecap early activation area, which is probably
Yeah.
going to have a new fancy name here in a little bit.
They're coming up with something new, and I did run a schedule for that this time. They're putting in pickleball courts over there, and
There'll be a Freedom Boat Club.
yeah.
There will be a bunch of other amenities and some cool things coming down the line, so
And
that'll be fun.
By next summer, the plans are some version of a music venue, which will be very good. So they're moving, and what's going on Nemo Court, they're putting in a water line. But then I heard yesterday it's also a road.
Yes. Yeah, they're putting in a road and all the utilities. You're welcome for that marina and dry stack that's
They went
going in.
they went just south of Gully Estates.
Yes.
Well, I went over there one day because they were asking about, hey, we're going to need to put some material. Do you and Willard want to put it on your property? And I said, sure,
Please.
no problem. And then after a while, I come back because Paul Scheckschneider had filled all that area in at one time.
Yeah.
And included mine, and he didn't do Willard's. And Willard told me later, said Paul was mad at him that week or something. He didn't do it.
I noticed
And-
that.
And so, so I come back to look and see where they put it, and I'm going, wait a minute. I have less sand now than I had before. You guys come and taken the sand off my property. So
Really?
I'm still trying to find out where my filled sand went.
So what we're talking about is they're putting in a road off of Nemo Court that will allow you to get over to the canal and then turn north toward the Dom Trichot Bridge and get to the marina site, where the marina site and the boat storage and all that is going to go on side of Welcome.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's going in now, and of course there's not a lot of traffic on Nemo Court, so it's not like there's going to be a traffic backup.
Never has been a lot.
Yeah.
So that's that. But I sit there in my office for the last couple of weeks. Oggs and I are putting the paper together, and the building starts to shake, and it's the earth packers over across the street, rattling the building.
Yeah, well, it turns out, that sand transmits sound pretty well
Yeah.
once it's all compacted down, especially at that rate. So it was shaking the building.
So
It's
that's
actually kind
going
of
on. The other end, I know I'm repeating myself, but I know what people are going to be asking. The dam at Lake Padre will be out likely sometime in the near future. We don't have a firm date.
Yes, right.
But
Exactly.
it probably won't be before the storm blows
Right.
through, unless the storm washes it out.
Right. We want to at least wait a few days, as long as we waited till
Right.
we see what
There you are.
happens.
There it is.
We're Thursday
In
afternoon, and as I was mentioning to Jacob, they were asking, okay, where's the cruise that's going to pull the plug over at Lake Padre? I said it's the same crew that's pulling the plug at Commodore's
Yeah.
Cove right now.
Hey, is there any way we can throw them a
I don't know
couple?
if it's the same one.
It's the
Because
same- it's
Tim,
the same
I asked Tim
crew.
Lang
This-
about that, and he said that he's already paid
that
the
crew,
company
that
to
crew.
remove the plug when the time comes to pull it.
Yes.
So it's,
It's
Okay.
that crew.
Well, the
That
question
is-
is, can we throw them a couple extra kolaches or some dollars to go clear out Encantada afterwards and
Really?
just be done with this?
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Well, I'm thinking
Yeah.
when you
They've
open
got a
up,
long reach.
when you open those two passages, it's probably going to clean out the conduits down
Well,
there.
that
isn't
took
it? Encantada?
the last time you and I saw it flowing. That was Alberto, right?
Yeah.
And I think that storm surge was about 2 feet. So you
So
got
we
to
could wash it out this time.
You got to
maybe.
have 2 feet of head water, head pressure to get that.
Well, I
that
did
open.
send, just for the record, I did send a request for a comment to the Padre Island Property Owners Association about the opening, and I did not get a response. So
Really?
you can't say I didn't ask.
Shocker.
Yeah. So probably by the end of today, I'm thinking the plug will be out at Commodore. So if you live on one of the main canal, or pretty much anywhere in the canal system, if you can get to the main canal and get under the Gypsy Bridge, then you'll be able to go under Commodores and on out through. We're going to reroute the.
Now, hang on. Wait, don't get all excited yet. It is an active construction zone. Don't everybody tear off and peel out down there. We do have some silk curtain across the canal
Right.
while we're excavating, so hang on with your joyrides.
So maybe by Saturday, Sunday, maybe.
Right.
Well,
do not run over our silk curtain.
Right. Yeah.
I will come find you.
Well, I will say
That stuff's expensive.
we discussed this week the Packery Queen, our tour boat because we've been blocked, we're not able to get through
You can't
those
run the
canals.
loop, yeah.
So we're going to reroute the Packery Queen once the Commodore's Bridge and hopefully the Don Patricio, the Lake Padre sand plug comes out. What we have discovered is people like to see houses, right? When they come down from out of town, they get on a tour boat. They only want to see so much of the landscape. They want to see houses.
Yeah.
And a lot of them don't even know we have canals on this
Right.
end of the island. So we're going to start running you'll see the Packery Queen running through the residential canals. So get your water balloon slingshots
Oh,
ready.
yeah. And I just got this
More-
picture from the beach.
More on the way.
My
Everybody
sister with a
hold
nice
fast.
bread.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they had every guitar picker south of San Antonio there. It was pretty good.
One of the yard monkeys. That's funny. Oh, yes, we've got lots to talk about.
Flower Bluff, America.
Flower Bluff, America.
The Fighting Hornets.
I didn't write anything about the petition in the Hart Library. I didn't quite have time to do the research, but they got a stink going on over there. There's something about they're trying to put a petition through the middle of the library, and I don't know,
That thing, did you see the price on that?
195,000 or
For a
something.
wall?
For just a partition.
Government job.
Government job.
My brother has.
Like, I
That's,
don't do
we
anything
can't
with
compete with that. We just,
Is it based on new FEMA plans?
that.
Hello.
It's got to have a FEMA study
Yeah.
to make sure that there's no manatees.
Right. No spotted eagle rays, no manatees. We got to have a Farfield study for
You
that
know
fence.
what they will find is
Yes.
endangered library goers.
Yeah.
That's pretty endangered. You go downtown, it's usually homeless people. So, did I say that?
when you do a Farfield study, you make sure you don't get any scientists or anybody. If you're looking for the health of the bay, don't get anybody that understands the health of the bay involved.
Yeah, I know.
If you do, be
My
careful
goodness,
because they're
yeah.
going to come back later and say, "Where's the data?" Can we
Yeah,
look at
well,
it?
that wasn't
When
part
are we
of the
gonna get
study.
to look at it? Huh?
I didn't follow that vote. I assume they put off voting on it, didn't they? On the
It's September. But now that a lot of them are backing off because they're all saying, "Look, we're not going to keep having meetings." Kirsten Stanzel
Clint,
said,
my
"No,
wife
we're not
said
gonna.
she needs
Don't
your
put
hat.
it on our deal."
I like that. Flower
things
Bluff
are getting
Park.
Yeah,
things
I
are
gotta
getting
get her one
complicated
now.
as the election approaches.
I love it. We told you what's wrong.
Yeah.
Keep hounding us about it.
Yeah.
And then Axe H2O, they pulled their bid out.
I saw
for the
that.
Bobby Davis.
They didn't
Yeah.
have a chance.
They-
Really?
Well, they didn't have. They don't have them by the short hairs now. Because they got rain up there. So
The
like,
rain was a big thing.
Oh,
Problems with the other
okay.
deals, but also Peter slashed it because they put a clause in there that says, "We'll give you the land, we'll let you do it, but you need to work with the city of Corpus Christi." And the city of Corpus Christi used that clause to say, "We don't want to work with you."
Oh, yeah.
That's the end of the line.
We're going to do it. So they
Yeah, we're
tried
going to do it.
cut
They're
him
not
out.
going to do it. They're never going to do
I
it.
know,
You know?
right?
And but
Because somebody else wanted it, then they
So
wanted
they took
it.
their
yeah,
ball
that's
and went
exactly
home.
What, that's exactly what. Because someone else wanted it, we're going to grab it.
We want it.
And we want
Coming
control
back.
of everything. It's a control thing.
Yeah, right. It's so predictable. If you have, 14-year-old
And we return with another beautiful episode of Island Moon Live. Welcome aboard. We've got head coach Clint Elwood joining us, Dale Rankin,
and athletic director.
Yeah.
and athletic
Not
director.
assistant either.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Jake Gardner, Dale Rankin, Dr. Brian Goley, Tyler Thorson, and my name is Jacob Boggs. We're here at our beautiful Docks Waterline studio. Once this storm passes, you need to get out here and enjoy a nice sunset this weekend. Maybe be a part of a fishing tournament and hang out and support all the local events going on. We are glad you're with us. Just before we jump to break, we were finishing up with, oh man, we talked about a few things
Squirrels.
throughout. Yes, exactly.
Where were we?
Squirrel
Yes,
cage.
we were talking about the loop running with
Okay.
the Packery Queen.
Oh, right,
And,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the fact that once they closed the canal system, you couldn't run through Packery Basin and then get back through.
Right.
And Dale, you were saying that a lot of the people that go on the tours really enjoy experiencing our canal system and didn't
Right.
realize that we even had it.
Right, and you can, well, I get that all the time from my friends in San Antonio. I tell, where do you live? And I tell them, and they're like, it comes down to, well, you know, when you go over that bridge and you turn left to go to Port Aransas, well, if you keep going straight, there's 16 miles of canal in there, and they have no idea. And so when you get people here, and I've noticed it with my friends that come down, you get on a boat with them, and they see this when they come across the bridge here in the Laguna Madre, but you get them back in the canals and they see the houses and all the everything that's going on, and it's a different place. It's
Well,
like a different island.
I actually had a friend a couple of years after I moved here. We were driving around on the island going to a friend's house, and he was like, man, it was during Christmas. And he said, man, no one really decorates over here. And I said, yeah, all the lights are on the other
On the
side
other
of the
side.
house.
Right.
Canal side.
Well, that's confusing as heck when you move and people would talk about getting an east face or a west facing house. Now, they'd say, I want an
East-west.
east facing house, and I'm thinking, well, then you're going to be
Baked.
west. You're backwards, and then now I realize they're talking about the backyard.
Backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
that's important. If you've ever lived on the other side, your outdoors is miserable
Hot.
in the late afternoon. But I've been doing
Yeah.
that for years. That's what my wife and I like to do sometimes is get the ice chest of beverages of your choice
Yeah.
and some friends and get on a pontoon boat or something and just idle through all those canals and see
Yeah.
who's building what houses. Beautiful houses.
Yeah.
And you get to critique them. I like what they did this, or I
Right.
don't like that, or how would I do it this way?
Yeah, and you see in boats, and it really puts it puts the best face of the island
Oh, yeah.
forward.
And
And
you
now
take-
we're going to be
you
able
take
to
Unless
your-
they got a bad boat hanging up
It's
sometime.
the-
Yeah,
It's
you
a-
take
it's a-
your old produce and you sit on your back porch drinking beer when people on pontoon boats driving by going, boo, you just throw stuff
Pontoon
out.
boat. Yeah.
Well, they used to be the slingshots with water balloons. You draw fire when you went down there. But I do think, for me, a south-facing backyard is the way to go. I bought one by pure dumb luck,
Yeah.
and that way you get the sun goes this way instead of back
Yeah,
and forth.
yeah.
It's
It's-
the
it's
way to go.
better.
And
You get the breeze.
You get the southeast breeze, and in the wintertime, it blocks the north wind.
Yeah.
So if you have a south-facing lot, raise the price.
I like
But-
I like east facing, the backyard facing east because you
Oh,
get a
this
little bit of
east-west.
everything.
For grass.
Yeah. But it's, I mean, the whole thing is it's really not that hot, especially not too hot for 2-a-days. Isn't that right, Coach?
That's right.
That's right.
You really think things heating up shortly. When does that start?
Yeah. So yeah.
We have our football camp starts tomorrow for incoming 3rd through 8th graders, and then on Monday, and then the week after that, then our freshmen come in, and the week after that is our
So
older
starting
sophomores.
Monday, it's on.
It's on. It's
Well,
on.
actually,
Yes,
most of the summer has been what non-mandatory training workout.
sir. So in the month of June, we have our athletic facilities available from 7 to 12, and so is our weight room. And then if coaches elect to have some structured workouts, they can do that. So, but as far as football goes, we tell them in June, if you guys are going to get away, go ahead. But in July, we're going to start our structured weights and conditioning and football specific drills. So the month of July, we're rocking and rolling, getting ready to.
What's the
transition August.
roster limit in high school?
There's no roster.
there isn't?
No, sir. No, sir. We've got close to 200 kids at the high school playing football right now.
Wow.
Our athletic numbers are way up. We had this past school year, we had from 7th grade C team to our varsity athletics, we had 49 district championships. And we
Wow.
have multiple team, A, B, C teams.
So
through
you
7th
still
and
do
8th grade.
junior varsity and all that stuff?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yeah,
We
7th
have,
and 8th grade, A and B.
Oh yeah, 7th and 8th grade have A, B, C teams in football, A and B teams in the rest of the sports, and then 9th grade we have A, B, most of the time C teams in football, and then in the junior varsity football we have A and B teams.
They play on Thursday?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if we got a schedule, we try to find games everywhere, and if someone wants to play on a Wednesday or whatever, we roll it. We just we'll go to your place if we need to, but
So
we just try.
how many of the games that you're playing in your regular season are down in the Valley this year?
But we're going to split them. So like our home games, like we have Vets Memorial and Carroll here.
Yeah.
And then we have like 3 games over there
Okay.
down in the valley. So
About the same as last year.
pretty close, pretty close.
Because I mean, the team did a decent amount of traveling, and if you've got like equipment, sting line, managers, all of that, like
band.
yeah, you're not, after the game, you're leaving the Valley, you're not getting home until like 1, 2 in the morning.
That's right. That's
in
right.
some cases, that's dedication, man.
No,
Yeah.
it is, and all the groups like our band and ROTC, everybody works together and tries to communicate and have clear pictures and help each other out, and we just rock and roll, man, and try to do what's best. So
So you're 5A.
Yes, sir.
Large.
yes, sir.
5A large. That's why you're playing the Valley teams. Most of the teams here in town are in the same.
We've got a few 5A teams but they have 5A Division I and Division II.
Right.
And so there are a bunch of 5A schools here, but the UIL elects puts us in a district every 2 years.
Right.
And so like the other 5A schools around are Vets Memorial, Carroll High School. You've got Ray High School, they're Division II, and we have Gregory Portland is 5A, and then we have both Victoria schools are in our spring sports district. So
What kind of defense alignment do most high school teams run? 4-3?
it varies. It varies from the
Play to
4-3, 4-2-5, the 3-3 stack. It just varies. It just depends on. Sometimes that stuff follows like college football, and then it like trickles down.
Right.
But we see everything. We here, I call the defense for our varsity. We base out of a 4-2, and we have a third outside linebacker guy that rolls around like a nickel. But and a lot of time it depends what you're doing. So sometimes of what we're doing isn't exactly match what you like to do. We kind of doctor it up a little bit.
It depends also on certain teams and certain players. Like you got a rock star, you got to stop them.
That's right.
On one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when was it 6A you were in, and you played that team from Houston, and they looked like when I was a kid. You
Looked
played
like a professional.
Oh, man.
the electric football. You'd like all stack everybody. That's what
yeah.
those guys looked like because they just
yeah.
ran forward.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like you couldn't stop them. I was going, what? And it was like 50-0. It was like, well, it must have been a good season.
Yeah. Some of those guys, they do a really good job. I mean, a lot of teams, that offense that they run, it's not a very common offense that you see. So when you do see it, even preparing for it, it's kind of a mess because you got to teach your scout team how to line up and do what they do, and they can only. I mean, you have 3.5 days or 4 days to prepare for it.
What's
so.
the hardest position to find? A quarterback, obviously, but what's the hardest position to fill? Defensive linemen are hard to find, aren't they? I noticed that you look at who gets paid in college. It's the defensive lineman, the left tackle.
Yeah, the offensive linemen are the ones who, especially who protects the quarterback's blind side. Those guys get paid the big bucks.
Right.
And so, like, the quarterback, the center is pretty important also. People forget about him. They just think he snaps the ball and that's it.
He's calling the defense.
He does. Like in our offensive scheme, is they get down there and they communicate like no other with all their code words and stuff. But every play before they snap the ball, they're communicating, and it starts with the center. It starts
Well, you
with
see
him
the
identifying.
center, he'll come up to the line and point at one, and he's setting the center of the defense, right?
He's looking for the Mike backer, the strong side linebacker.
Yeah.
And based on where he's at, then whatever they're going to run,
The rest of them shift.
they all make their calls and get on the same page. So
What do you call when Peyton Manning used to say Omaha? Do you say something bluff related? Like gut dump or something? or
Milwaukee's best. Milwaukee's best.
Or blufftastic. Yeah.
now they have some words every now and again, but the more you say that stuff, more everybody else picks up. So we'll change
Yeah.
it up a little bit. Or sometimes he'll just make an easy call if it's designed to get to the line of scrimmage, check where the defense of the line, give a dummy call, ready go, the same call they do and then nobody moves and they automatically know to check the sideline, and then they'll give them the signal and the quarterback runs the signal and the center starts talking and then they rock and roll.
All right, well, before we give away any other secrets, we're going to take a quick break. Island Moon, Thursday, shall return.
Mansfield Club to St. Joe. The 3-6 Motors with the 830. Bath and Bayonne out to Rockport. Surfside to Galveston. 35
The only one I remember is they say, if someone screamed Ricky, that was a fumble. And everybody changed what they're doing, go up, where's the ball, who's gonna pick it up, what we're gonna do. That was the only one I remember. But you couldn't use it for a game or 2 or 3, you have to switch your cup.
Hell, I remember we were on 512, but
I
we
watched
just
that.
got a little too big.
Netflix thing on the guy that was
Not too big to go out fishing.
Oh yeah.
fishing.
Out by
And
no
really
rig.
interesting. He didn't break any rules. He was just really
Bounce
good at
my
what he
ass
did.
off that sandbar. That
Oh,
tar
gotcha.
between my toes.
Gotcha.
Watch the sunrise atop a sand dune. That's right.
4-5 defense. 2 down linemen, but their weak side linebacker has to be really good. He has to be able to crash the line for a run, but he also has to be able to cover the fastest guy. So you got to have that guy, or you can't run that defense.
Yeah, definitely. We tailor some of what we do based on who we got, so.
Sure.
That's right. You got to play to your strengths.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was always, everybody ran a 4-3 when I.
And there's a lot of people who still run a 4-3.
And then if you had one guy that was really good, you ran a monster man. You moved that guy around. If you had a guy that was 350 pounds and couldn't move, just put him right in the middle.
Yeah, right. Stand there. Put your arms out.
Everybody's running around.
Check 1, 2. Let's see here. So good. I'm just making sure it's recording to the right location.
So what we do is we do an hour. It's on live radio, and then
Check 1, 2.
then,
All right.
KRS
Sounds
does
like we're going.
a news hour, and so what we'll do is we'll record this, and it'll play from 1 to 2.
So you can hear yourself.
Yeah, you could say, "Hey, I'm going to be on the radio. I'm going to say something stupid 5 minutes in."
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Segment 1, 11 minutes. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
And we're back on Island Moon Live. It's a gorgeous Island Moon Thursday. We are all looking good here at our Doc's Waterline studio. And if you need to look good, you should go see Ted at Impact Marketing. He's right there off of 423 Schatzel Street downtown. You can call him at 887-9300, or you can just go to impactmarketingcc.com, where you can see everything that they do. They do screen printing, they do embroidery.
Like this? Right
Yes,
here? Yeah.
custom embroidery,
Exactly.
spring printing. They do safety gear. They've got technology. They've got everything you can imagine and more. All custom for you for your new event, team building, exercise, radio show, or whatever it is you need. Go see Ted at Impact Marketing. Let them know you heard about it on Island Moon Live. We've got a full panel and a fun show. Tyler Thorson, Dr. Brian Gully, Jay Gardner, Clint Elwood, Dale Rankin, and my name is Jacob Oggs. Flower Bluff football is about to kick off this year. Your fall is upon you, whether you like it or not. How ready is everybody, Coach?
I think everybody's itching right now to get moving. They've been up here for working out in July and stuff like that. But as we get closer, everybody feels the buzz.
Who's your first game?
We're scrimmaging Beeville here
Okay.
at our place, and then
When is that?
that is going to be
Coming up like end of August?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Probably around there. I know it's always fun on Friday nights. I get to look, from side of my house over across the.
See the lights?
Yep, I get to see it. It's always like a special thing. Just warms my heart to know we got Friday night lights right there, that close to us.
Oh yeah, I love it. I tell you, I got some friends who are really envious of the location of Flower Bluff, and then our programs and academics are through the roof, which is a good thing too. But anytime they come visit, or my brothers and stuff come down here, it's like everybody says, "Do you fish every day?" I said, man, I wish I could.
Not in football season.
No, I know.
Who's the top-rated team in the area this year so far?
There's always different people come out with different
Dave Campbell
alignments
was the
and
big
stuff.
one, right? Used to be anyway.
They do. But really, it comes down, it's the same group, really. Like in our division, it's usually, fortunately, it'll be like us or Vets Memorial. And Gregory Portland's always up there as well. And then on the lower classifications, Refugio is always ranked up there on top.
We had some upgrades to the football stadium since last year, right?
Oh my
Didn't they-
goodness, yeah.
Do
Are they
some
going
work over there?
So
Do you
they're
ever, do you ever change it
theoretically-
where the home team doesn't have to look right in the sun?
They're going to.
That's what they're in the middle
That's
of
the
doing.
plan. That's the plan.
I don't know who designed that.
Yeah.
Apparently, yeah, the sun moves somewhere after that.
So that's part of Bond 2025. That's a lot of the improvements is they're swapping the stadiums. They're putting in a practice field over there for you. They also put artificial turf on the baseball fields. There's a bunch of improvements going on over there, and I'm working on the Wetland Center actually across the street from the junior high. And we're going to get going on that here in a couple of weeks. Put in some trails, some other good stuff.
Which
going
is
on.
really awesome. You've got a wetland center. You could be in school and learn kayaking and how to throw a cast net.
Absolutely, all
Like
the
I
fun
grew up
stuff,
in
yeah.
Houston. Like we learned how to sharpen knives and steal cars.
right.
Right? And these kids are really learning some.
Those two skills can work together.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, all three of my kids were able to go to the wetlands during the school day, take their water shoes and their kayaking and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff. Like, man, I wish I could have done that.
Well, yeah, and now you got Robert. You got the Beach Ball Brewery over there now, right on the Laguna Madre.
yeah.
So you got a place to hang out. They just opened the other day.
So speaking of the bond and fun stuff like that, I would ask you what you did this summer. I live next door to Clint, so he did fish a lot. And he actually caught a lot of fish, but I'm guessing that you have to catch up on paperwork. Did you know when Coach Steinbrook pulled you up to be the athletic director that he was giggling because he was leaving you with all the paperwork before he moved up to superintendent?
Now, I don't know if no. I just
Is Coach listening? I don't know.
Well, have you seen any change in how colleges recruit high school players since the NIL stuff came in? Do you see more coaches coming around or scouts or anything?
with the NIL, I don't think it's really changed the recruiting process. I know it makes it kind of difficult or throws a wrench in things with as much of the movement that happens in college football right now.
Yeah.
It kind of affects the high school players trying to go to college. But as far as the college recruiters coming out, we still get a ton of that. In the springtime, they always come to the Bluff and come visit with us, watch our kids, and then they ask us where they should go next. And so we're just honest with them and direct them. So fortunately, they come around our place a bunch.
So they turn up at practices and that sort of thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they have certain windows where they can and can't talk to kids and coaches and stuff. And so
right.
during those windows, they get their tails over here. And
But you don't see any of the movement from team to team in high school like you do in college, right? You can move some, but there's rules for that.
Texas is one of the few states in the United States that has the most stringent rules on kids being able to move from school to school. Like you can if your parents move and you live in an attendance zone, but there's also cases where there are kids who try to move. Like a lot of times, like I said, with the strategy and scheme in football or from college kind of trickles down. Well, so does that aspect as well, where kids they'd like to move different places. So it still happens, but the UIL, our governing body, puts a lot of rules in place. They're always updating things to try to make it where everyone's clean.
That happens more in the private schools that I've seen. But I got a question for you. You had a guy that was from Norway one time. He was on I think the track team or something, or long distance runner. I'm thinking, here's where I'm going. The Holland guy. You need to have that dude.
Erling Holland.
Erling Haaland.
He's
that
kind
Holland
of busy
guy.
in Manchester right now.
Yeah,
true.
Bluff. Get the young version of him in the Bluff. That would be Bluff-tastic.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Make him the kicker.
All of them.
You get a
Make him
soccer
all
guy.
those things.
How do
Right.
kicker? Where do you find kickers? Is they just you just line everybody up and see who can kick the ball the farthest?
The
How do you-
soccer team.
I go to the head soccer coach.
They
I do.
recruited from the soccer team at my high school. Yeah,
what you do.
well,
I've seen-
the football coach, he did it right too. It wasn't like, hey, who wants to get all these huge guys charging at you? He went over there with a tee and a bag full of balls, and he said, okay, who can hit from the furthest out? And naturally, everybody's like, oh yeah, I got this.
That's got to be the most fun job on the team. When I was playing, you still took your shoestring and tied it around your front cleat and around your ankle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Fred Flintstone kicking the ball.
You were like Tom Dempsey, except without the affliction.
Yeah.
Remember Jan Stennard was the first guy I remember
Yeah.
to take soccer style.
Yeah.
For the Chiefs.
It just looks like fun. That could be fun to be
I think they kick it with their insteps. How the heck do you do that?
And when you're the one that's stepping up and winning the games, it
Yeah.
all comes
Or
down to
losing.
that kick.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
that's
Wide
what a
right.
lesson in stress right there.
It can be
Buffalo.
a real long trip back on the bus.
Yeah.
If you miss
Bring
that
out the
kick,
guy with the
it could
clean
win the
uniform.
game.
See what
Buffalo
happens.
Bills
Well,
comes to mind.
my high school wasn't exactly the top tier football, we'll call it that, but the kickers were always kind of decent. I've been very impressed, Coach, with Flower Bluff's kickers over the past few years. Every time I see them dropping all these extra points and then hitting nice,
Consistent.
yeah,
from
consistency's
40 yards
great.
out, that's pretty good.
And
Yeah.
it's awesome. I'm curious to see how far have you had a kicker go towards the pros?
I don't think we've ever had a kicker from the Bluff go to the pros or any football athlete. But we do the same thing every year. Is we always go to the soccer coach and say, "Hey, what can we do? Can you help us out?
You
We'll
got a
help you
slow
out."
guy that kicks well?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And so we have guys in football that kick as well, but we always go to the soccer team, and we ask every other sport too. If you got somebody who can kick the ball, you think you can, send them over. We'll take care of them.
Yeah.
we'll treat them. We'll treat them right. We'll treat them right.
I saw one team had an actual, not a fake female, but an actual female that was kicking for a varsity team. And
Yes.
some are good at that, especially girls that grew up, when we were kids. A 12-year-old girl beat the hell out of you all the time. But
Well, speak for yourself. You fight until you cry, didn't you?
I could run.
Golly. That's funny.
What's I used to wake up. Two-a-days were terrible. I hated doing
jeez.
two-a-days. It wasn't the fun part of playing, and
they
I
used to
wasn't
give you
very
salt
good.
tablets, didn't they?
If you were lucky, those
Yeah.
were for sissies.
I can remember playing Senton one game in particular. This is what cured me of football. I went back to surfing. We went over there, got beat 66-0.
Oh,
That's a
gosh.
long bus ride back.
Even from
And you're looking around, we really suck. All of us. I can't put my finger on who it is. I think
They all
of us.
do.
All of this, yeah.
Could be our 89-pound nose guard.
Well, I was 137 pounds, 6'2", 137.
The pads are 2/3 of your weight.
You know, we only had 120 people in the class, so if we wanted a class of football, that many people, we would have to take the guy in a wheelchair, the crippled guy.
What's
Maybe
the-
a couple of girls,
What's the hardest thing about coaching high school football, Coach? What's the thing that keeps you up at night?
Well,
A quarterback?
Great.
I think
Passing grades.
Grades,
they
yeah.
got to all be eligible, and we got to make sure that when we go into a week to play a game, if things don't go the way we wanted to on Friday night, then in order for me to sleep, I got to know I did everything in my power to prepare those kids and those coaches to make
Right.
sure that we can get the job done. And so that's always on my mind is have I done enough? And there's a fine line between adding too much and doing too much, and just trying to find the balance and make sure that at the end of the night that we don't get pencil whipped. They better be 100 times better than us.
Right.
And things go their way in order for them to beat us.
So you
But
run the spread offense?
we run the spread offense now, run and shoot style spread. Yes,
One
sir.
back?
One back, and sometimes we got two backs. We're out of the gun. And sometimes we'll have like an offset fullback.
So you don't call your plays at the line.
Yes.
You can change them at the line, but you huddle.
We don't even huddle. Sometimes
just like the sideline.
sometimes they do. Sometimes they huddle just to change up the pace. But they have like 2 or 3 different ways of calling
So it's a
plays.
read and react offense.
Speaking of changing the pace, we're going to take a quick commercial break and be right back on Corpus Christi's KEYS 1440 AM 98.7 FM. Island Moon Live shall return.
Montreal and a Mustang, I'm Texas Island Country. Mansfield cut to St. Joe, the 3-6 runners with the 8-3-0.
It's 4th and 17. We're
Sammy
running it
Ball is
between the
quarterback.
tackles.
There you go. There you go.
Captain Phil Rudd.
You know what used to get me is when the band starts playing before the football game, and everybody starts getting that feeling like football game's coming up, the band's playing,
Yes.
people are starting to come to stadiums and walk
Yes.
over and stuff. UT, that was a big thing because it would just rock the whole campus.
Yeah.
When that UT band start playing, and we had freshman games in those days because freshmen couldn't play. And we
Yeah.
had some vicious freshman football teams. They
Really?
went 82-3.
We played freshman games, freshman and JV, but 8th grade is where you didn't have an age limit.
I'm talking about college, though. In college.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you don't have an age limit in college either.
No.
I've forgotten my Tuloso Midway days because they were so bad memories.
Well, they had Tolosa Midway
We
had
win a game one
just
year.
a
We're like,
coach's
"Well,
son
not
who
bad."
was a hot shot
right?
basketball player. I don't remember his name, and he would score like 40 or 50 points every game. It didn't matter how many people you put on him. And we played them twice a year, and they would kill us.
Our biggest lineman played 180. The biggest guy on the team weighed 180 pounds.
Oh, we had guys from Gregory. They were 240. They were big guys. Everybody on defense was from Gregory. Everybody from Portland was on offense. That's just how it worked. I don't know why.
Them corn-fed boys over there.
I guess. I don't know.
My son played at the 8th grade, and when 9th grade came, he came in and said, "Dad, I'm switching to golf. I've seen these guys grew a
Good
whole lot
call.
over the summer."
They're big.
He built just like me. He said, and I told him, I said, "I've been expecting this because you don't have the build for a football player." But he was good, and they make him quarterback because he understood the game. He hated playing quarterback. Just wanted to tackle. I just want to tackle people.
I just wish they'd had spread offenses. That'd have been fun to play quarterback in. But instead, all you're doing is fake
Yeah.
over here and hand it off over
You
there
could
and
have
then
been a
block.
Manziel before Manziel.
My cousin left Pearland and moved up to Lakey and went from full team to 6-man and just loved it. They're
Get
just
more action.
Open it, yeah.
Well, every player is an eligible receiver in 6-man, I think, aren't
I
they?
think so.
Yeah.
So,
All right, segment 2, 10 minutes. Y'all ready to rock?
Sure.
What do we want to cover?
Where do you want to go? Oh, I know where to start. Okay. And welcome back to Island Moon Live. Coach Elwood joins the table this morning. Dr. Brian Gully, Jay Gardner, Dale Rankin, Tyler Thorson. My name is Jacob Oggs. We were just sitting here talking about Class Pride Heart, the FBISD logo or mantra, I guess you could say. And man, I'll tell you what, Coach, you've got a lot of people that are extremely passionate about Flower Bluff football. And I always think it's funny that they do the kind of preliminary warnings before the games. Like, hey, guys, remember, these kids aren't pros. This is a game. Calm it down. Yeah, like no obscenities and things.
No fights in the
When-
stands.
Right, yeah. Back in the day, I remember about when they had to start doing that in Houston. When did that really start having to happen down here?
I mean, as far as I know they put out a deal, the UIL did, to play the game the Texas way because they were starting to get more and more people getting ejected from the stands and then belittling the officials and
Sort of
actually
like the legislature.
actually getting in fights or jumping the officials at some point every now and again. It was starting to get really, really bad, and it was in multiple sports.
Yeah.
So then they just have a deal that we're all part of now, and we follow these little guidelines that help us out and make a little announcement for the game and stuff. And we have to-
Everybody just simmer down.
Just let people know.
Don't you guys have a referee training program over there, don't
Yes,
you?
sir.
at Flower
Yes,
Bluff?
sir, we do.
How
We
many
do.
people go through that every year?
We have, and we may have more than one section this year. We may have 2 sections and getting ready to have 3 because there's been shown some more interest from the junior high kids coming up.
Oh, cool.
But that's been really cool.
It's a good way to make a little side money.
It is. It really is. And we work closely with our local officiating chapter. And I'm talking to them a bunch and saying, hey, I got some kids here. Can we get you in for a presentation and
Yeah.
some little live demonstrations and such? And so it's a good thing.
You can make money doing intramural games at the college. And Dotson Lewis was talking about that
that's
on
right.
his show for a long time. So he was trying to recruit them, referees, and for all pretty much any varsity level sport. So I guess so as we head in next Monday, everybody shows up Monday morning, and you start. What do you start with first? You just do physical stuff, and then you start putting plays in as you go.
On a normal, when our freshmen first come in, we have the plan. The coaches have been there already for a long time and getting everything ready. But as soon as they come in, we got to make sure that everyone's compliant with their physicals and all that stuff.
Right.
And then once we get on the field, we already have a plan. If it's the freshman team, we're going to be like offensive emphasis that day. But we have all of our conditioning plan for that, weightlifting. We have a practice schedule, and every 5 minutes something's scheduled on there.
Right.
And we rock and roll.
Do you run the same offenses and defensive schemes from from junior high through?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, what we do with because we got some youth football teams, is at the end of the year, I'll ask the youth football coaches to come in, and they'll come into our athletic facility, and we put them through. I've got like 90-something slide PowerPoint, defensive PowerPoint. Our offense has an offensive PowerPoint. We give them playbooks. We give them all of our drills. We give a QR code. They take all the drills back with them, and we ask them if they can to call the drills the same name, and they have to, if they can modify them, and then try to make the same calls or a lower version of it. So that way, when they get to 7th grade, they're already ahead of the game, and then it all is scaffolded all the way to the top.
So when a kid comes in as a freshman, he knows the nomenclature and
That's
the
right.
general scheme.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
a
sir.
style. Yeah.
They got to be able to understand and speak the same language is the biggest thing.
Right.
And so we put a huge emphasis on that because with the communication part of it, but most of the time when something, I'm biased to the defensive side, but when something happens, a big play or a touchdown, it's either because we didn't communicate right, and because of that, we were on separate pages, right?
Right.
Or our eyes were wrong pre-snap. So we try to get the communication part from before they come into 7th grade. That way, everything is just.
Do most of the schools in the area programs work like that? I would think they do.
They try to, but like there's some schools that, like some junior highs, that when their kids leave, they may go to 2 or 3, like a CCIC, they may go to a different high school. So like they try to do the same thing, but they can't always do that. So we're fortunate here that we keep it all the same, or and we do that with all our sports too.
Clint, I'm amazed that you all have that many different teams, like a C team, and because just saying, other parts of Corpus Christi ISD, they have attrition in grades that keeps them from having sometimes enough to field a team in certain areas.
That's right.
So I think you're very fortunate to have a bunch of smart kids, and growing up with that, all the campus being around each other, you're like,
Yes.
little Joey since he was 5 years old or whatever, just
That's
went
right.
to school. So it's kind of like a big family over there.
It is, and with our freshmen, we have I think we have a bigger freshman class this year. Like we're supposed to have like 75 or so freshmen, but what we do with them when they get to high school is they've got a document, and before the first day of school, because they're coming in like a week before, is by the time the first day of school comes, they write a letter. We have a template they follow. They got to write a letter to each teacher, and on the first day of school, they got to go and give that letter to the teacher and identify. It's telling them, hey, my name is Jay Gardner. I'm on the freshman football team. I'd like to sit in the front of class if you would allow me to, and thank you very much for being my teacher. And they all got to write it. They all got to turn it in, and then they come back and we check all the letters too before they we check them all. They get them. We mark them off, and then first, second day of school, they go and they deliver those.
So you don't have a problem with a lot of other programs. I noticed the kids be shaking their head like, I got you, or like just kind of intimidating or making fun of other teams. You penalize them pretty quickly for that, or throw them out.
I'm on top of them.
Yeah.
I'm on top of them. Like kids are kids. They're gonna screw up. They're gonna say things and act like think like they shouldn't. But I tell the officials before we play, I say, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, none of my coaches are gonna cuss at you, holler at you. I'm the only one that's gonna talk to you. So if any of my kids are acting a fool on there, you warn them. But if you think it's something where it's getting bigger, I say you just point at me and point at him. I'm taking him off. I'm taking his helmet off, and I'm gonna have a conversation with him because it doesn't need to get that far,
No.
And if a kid's hot in the field like that, I hopefully I'll see it before it gets there. So we try our best to mitigate to make sure that we try to make sure that doesn't happen.
So those Argentina soccer players didn't have those same coaches.
Oh, man.
That's a good lesson. That's a lesson in life that you guys are teaching.
Do you ever have any players play two ways anymore?
Oh yeah, we do. A lot of schools like 5A and 6A will say no, we're gonna have one or the other. We say the best 11 on the field. Like it don't matter. We're gonna try to put the best of the best on the field, and then we'll be strategic if we can't do that.
Right.
But if we have guys who can play multiple side or both sides and special teams, we'll do it. And then we're methodic with it, strategic with it in the game. If they play O&D and it's a long offensive drive, but he's also starting corner, well, he won't be in the next defensive series. Maybe when it's 3rd and long, we'll get him in.
Right.
And so the O staff and the D staff, they're on the same page, making sure that we can get the best out of those guys who are two-way
And
players.
that's a lot of moving parts.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
A lot of action packed into it.
We had so much fun watching your playoffs. What are you going to have the kids broadcast team?
Oh yeah, yes sir.
That's
sir.
so fun
I was
watching that.
I was going to bring that up.
Oh.
Those kids are amazing.
Yeah, because it's like
Right?
when I was a kid, you'd be scared, like, are we on?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, he's doubled down. He's like, he's in a 4-3 defense, and it's like his linebacker came around, and they're like, God, where did this kid learn this?
Yeah, they're getting much better, and they have a sports information class, and they get to practice that stuff. They do our morning announcements, and then they'll get out there and our scrimmage, they'll go out there and practice. But they also do basketball games as well, and sometimes they'll try to do baseball games, and so they have a good time with it.
That is fun. And I always like, how do you? They have a cliche class for coaches? Like, we got a strong ball club, and we feel like we could take it all the way to state this year. Because that's what you always hear. It's like no, we suck.
If we
we have no chance in hell.
We should just hang out,
I've tried to do live sports for a couple of times, and the problem is the only way to learn how to do it is to do it. You have to make your mistakes on the air, and it can get ugly.
We used to do that with the phone. I never done color on basketball. It's like, well, they're running the point defense, and it's like this guy's name was Jens Kuyava. He was 7'4".
Let's call him Yen.
Yeah. And I'm like, we're on. This is the day when you're on the microphone clips like this, broadcasted from a line you put watch line you put in the gym. It's like, oh my god, you didn't know if you were on or not.
I did a couple of football games with Gary DeLon. He's an old sports guy from San Antonio. And what I figured out very quickly is one guy's got to be the color guy, and one guy's got to do play-by-play, and I couldn't do play-by-play. There's 11 guys on each side, and they're going to snap the ball.
You ruined
I'm out of
their
material.
Yeah. Get ready, things are about to go crazy.
What's the best thing about being a high school coach? What do you like the best?
I tell you what, just being able to have a positive effect on those kids' lives. Like, there's so much that nobody knows about that we're able to just through sports, we're able to teach life lessons to them and help them grow and be great men and women.
Can you tell when a kid comes in as a freshman that guy's going to, by the time he's a senior, he's going to be the...
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And then sometimes not. These guys will go from looking one way, playing one way, and their senior year they may be an all-state player, and like, holy moly,
like, where did
that
this
worked
come
out?
from?
That worked out. So
Excellent.
sometimes you can.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to let Coach Elwood call out specific people. Everybody, stay tuned.
Mansfield cut to St. Joe. The 3-6 runners with the 8-3-0. Baffin down out to Rockport. Surfside to Galveston. On Texas Island Country.
We should probably ought to do a weekend roundup for the last segment.
So what time
Sounds good.
Fish Tacos at Jay's?
Who's the coach at GP now?
Brent Davis.
I don't know him.
He's from Sinton, I think, but he's been coaching for probably 30 years now.
They brought a coach back, didn't they? A few years ago, they had a guy that left and came back. And then I was there. Ray Akins was the coach
Okay.
when I was there.
Marty's dad, right? Or,
Marty was a senior the year I was a freshman. He went from playing at GP to starting at UT quarterback the next year because they were running the wishbone. It's not complicated.
What year did you graduate?
75.
One of my former coaches coached with Ray Akins.
Really?
At Gary Portland.
Who was it?
His name is Jerry Kindred.
I know the name. I didn't know him.
He was a Marine. He is a Marine. Vietnam War. When he served a couple tours. I had him over. We do boot camp with our football team, and I had him and another former coach of mine who was in the Army during the Vietnam War, and they both came in at the end of their boot camp session, and they addressed the group. It's cool. Really cool.
He had Merkovich was his defensive coach for years, but the offense was so simple that you really wouldn't. You just line up and ran it. It wasn't much to it. Over the years, I went up to a friend of mine's kids were playing in Wimberley, and I hadn't been to a high school game. This is about 20 years ago. I was amazed just sitting there watching these kids. No huddle. They just come up there and boom, boom, boom. And they go right down the field. Holy crap.
My nephew played for Westlake, Chaparrals, and he looked like the refrigerator.
Yeah.
He was 6'2", both ways. He looked like a Coke machine.
4x4.
Yeah, and Chaps had some good teams.
They always do.
Oh yeah, they do.
They put players on the UT a lot. And
Oh, a ton. They got some giants over there.
When back in those days in the 70s, there was no limit on scholarships or anything. So the best players would all go to UT, and a lot of them would never see the field. They'd stay there for 4 years, never play. And then at Texas State, you'd go up to the signing day, have maybe 2 players sign, and then the day after the signing opened, the roster would fill up because all the guys who didn't get offered at UT, here they would come.
Yeah, I got you. My son plays football at A&M Keysville right
Yeah.
now. He's about to graduate.
Well, my two alma maters play the first game. Texas State plays University of Texas.
Oh, I got you.
I think I may have to go up there for that. Texas State's going to the Pac-12, man.
Really?
Yeah, this is their first year.
That's cool.
We recruited our first either 4 or 5 star. I can't remember which. But they built the stadium up. We're getting the only Pac-12 team in Texas, so we'll see. We're getting better players. They pretty much cleared the roster and started over.
That college football has gotten so mixed up, it's hard to keep track of who.
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, it's like who's playing.
I
pro?
like
It's like
it. I
this
follow.
versus
I
pro.
watch college football. I love college
I
football.
like it, but it's getting hard to follow.
It's fun. I like to see the players all of a sudden got some power in college. You know, it used to be you win a national championship and the coach got a $10 million contract and the player got a T-shirt.
or or a lifelong disability with a knee.
Yeah. Now, so the players now they're getting their fair share, and it's fun because the incoming freshman recruiting class is not as important as it used to be because there are so many transfers.
Oh, I know. It's exactly right. If you go to these football camps, most of them were just for high school kids. Now they have these big football camps that have the high school kids.
Yeah.
And they have this other group, and these are the guys that are all in the portal, and they're doing the same. They're not competing with the high school kids, but they're a part of the camp too. And you're looking at those guys, and you're looking at the high school kids. You're like, yeah, good luck, high school boys.
Yeah. You better get in the weight
They're
room.
probably going to get into a couple of these guys.
They're beasts.
All right.
But you also see I don't know why they don't go to a tier system in college like they do in high school. They're trying to expand the playoffs, so you get these teams in that, they're not going to win. They won the Sun Belt Conference or something, so they get boat raced in the first playoff game by Notre Dame or something.
All right. Segment 3, 11 minutes. You guys ready?
Yep.
And we are back on Island Moon Live from our gorgeous Docks Waterline studio. Dale Rankin, Coach Elwood, Jake Gardner, Dr. Gully, Tyler Thorson. My name is Jacob Boggs. Little weather moving in this afternoon.
Yeah, what's it looking like?
We're getting a little overcast here. The wind's coming and going. It looks like it shifted a little bit more to the southeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like lift. So, all the moisture and humidity is going straight up, and that's what we're going to get here. in
They're
about an hour
saying
or
rain
two.
chances for us begin in the afternoon. So we'll see exactly when and where. I know we're already on our B storm, and our A storm came in out of Falfurious.
They should have started it with an F.
Right?
Frank.
There's no telling what else we're going to be in for hurricane season. But we've got Coach Elwood with Flower Bluff football, and you're also academic coordinator. What's your
Athletic
official
director.
Athletic
He's the
director.
big
That's it,
cheese.
He's
yes.
the big cheese, yeah.
So you
For all
Outstanding.
athletics.
So you run the budget and the team, the athletic budget.
So what all? What
Betches
all,
at his house.
what all sports are firing up in
Stacy
fall?
does
I know volleyball is going as well,
Soccer,
right? What else?
track.
Volleyball, cross country, and tennis is rolling around too.
Golf.
Okay.
yeah.
And then football.
And you got those
Those are
pinheads
the
on the
first
challenge
ones.
team.
We had them on the show.
They're awesome.
They
We
won.
did, yeah.
Those
They,
guys-
they've won a
great.
couple of times in a
Then
row
the,
now.
then the airplane builders.
We,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
we
yeah,
had
that's
we
right.
had those kids on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With
Oh,
the
man, they're
Chapman,
cool. They're
yeah,
good, too.
exactly.
And the Flower Bluff volleyball girls are reigning state champs.
We had them on too.
Yeah. So that's
We
that's
need,
us.
we need more
fun. Good for
material. You
them.
guys
That's
win more
outstanding.
championships. We got
Yeah.
an air to
That's
fill over
right.
here.
So
the more you guys keep winning, the more we'll bring them back. You know what I
right.
mean?
All
Sorry,
right.
Jay. What were you saying?
No, so my brother-in-law Mike and Olivia, my sister, just showed up and they reminded me of something. Clint has been fishing a lot this summer and actually been doing pretty good, just wading off Laguna Shores or whatnot. But what he's working on is his skills with the blade and cleaning
Yes.
fish. Mike reminded me that you came over and used my fish cleaning table a
Yes.
few weeks back and left the guts.
Oh no, I didn't.
Wait, we all do.
That wasn't me. That was my daughter. That was her.
You got to put money in the tip jar when you do
The
that.
tip is Jay has the dullest knives around, so you really got to watch it.
That is
I'm
true.
honest.
But the second time, he caught a bunch of fish. He had his brother down to San Antonio. And then the second time he came over, instead of handing him a dull knife, I handed him the electric fillet knife. and he was like, "Oh, this is fun."
Oh yeah.
Then you watch some guys left-handed cleaning, and you're going, "Oh God, I can't do that."
Yeah,
You
right.
start on the different. Well, I start on the other side.
He did. He said, "Show me how to do it." I'm like, "No, I'm lefty. No, you'll be better off by yourself." So
Yeah, and I'm lefty too.
yeah.
Well, what's
oh,
the-
okay. Yeah, good.
What's the capacity of the football stadium at Flower Bluff? Did it expand with the new work?
It's going to. It's going to expand by probably 2,500 seats.
Wow.
At least. And as soon as football season finishes this year, hopefully we win a state championship. So the very next day or Monday, then they'll be getting to work on all that good stuff.
So you're
man.
going to have every person in Flower Bluff in the stadium
I hope so.
once it gets built out.
I hope so.
Where do you, so typically when you guys have run up against a same team in the playoffs a couple of years, haven't you? Didn't you play the same team?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where were they from? The Dallas area?
Comal, Piper. We
That's
played them the
right.
last 2 years. 2 years ago, we beat them in overtime at their place. And then they came over to us this last year and beat us, and they just moved up to 6A.
Oh, so you don't play them in the playoffs anymore?
No, sir.
Oh.
No, sir.
Yeah, Comal. Didn't you go to the Comal River?
I did.
Couple-
Yes.
It was actually on my calendar to go to
Yes.
Comal with the
Yes.
Elwoods,
and
I
we
didn't
couldn't even
make
get
it.
in. We couldn't even get in. It was.
Really?
We got there that day, and it started pouring rain, lightning, and we had to go under this little overhang. We hung out there for like 2 hours. We're like, man, we'll still be able to get in here. We couldn't. All the runoff was starting
Yeah.
to dump in the river, and then we saw some branches and stuff started moving down. I
Holy
said,
jeez, yeah.
I said, all right, I
That's
guess
one of the
we'll
shortest
just,
rivers
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
It's a fast raft at that point.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry I missed the trip with you, but I'm also not sorry that I didn't miss standing
No,
under
dude,
it.
I know. Yeah, yeah. We just watched it. You know, our little cabanas on the bottom there, and all the runoff, all the muddy water was going under our chairs and in there. And I was like, well,
man.
Maybe we just
Good
had
Lord's
enough.
talking to
Yeah,
us.
right.
Go back home. Back
They
home.
may have some of that this weekend, the rain they're getting up. The Comel, it's a very short river, and it goes from dry to flood stage very quickly. It goes right down through the middle of New Braunfels. It's where the Texas blind salamander lives there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Endangered.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
here,
because it's blind.
There's that.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't do so well.
I had a blind cave tetra as a kid of fish.
Really?
And I called it Helen. Like Helen Keller.
Jeez, that's horrible. We are not PC
Right,
here
yeah,
on
sorry,
the
that
Island
was
Moon
back in
That's
the
Thursdays.
awesome. Oh my gosh. Yep, definitely tons of fun going on. Everybody up north is getting all that rain. Do you think that's going to impact how many people are coming down to the coast on the weekends, Dale?
yeah, I'm thinking that the rivers up there are probably going to be full for the first time in a while. So I'm thinking Lakey will probably be crowded, Concan, that area, even New Braunfels. We're talking about the Comel River.
You got Hippie Hollow too. Travis is full.
Yeah, splash days.
You
You got to
can
watch
jump
out
off.
there.
You can jump off the rocks again.
Yes.
Well, I'm told that Travis is full.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back
yeah.
full. So I would think, given that we're having a storm and the amount of water in the upland rivers and lakes, we might have a little bit of a light weekend. So it might be a
Well.
good time to come down and avoid crowds, because we see that when we have a drought in the middle of the state, the beaches fill up. It happens year after year.
Right, but also I think this is one of the last weekends, so everybody's going to come, hell or high water. When do the teachers go back to school again?
They'll in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
In 2
Okay,
weeks,
so we
yeah.
got 2 more weekends.
And so they're allowed to even, get in the classrooms right now and do a little bit, but they don't officially come on for another couple of weeks.
Didn't Tolosa or one of those already went back to school?
I think they did a couple of year-round school. I think London as well.
Yeah,
Tolosa
that's
Midway.
because it's like that's going to kill. Like when I was a kid, you get out for the whole 3 months, and
Yeah.
then now they've got this like, well, who's going to watch the kids, and all that kind of stuff with the year-round school. Yeah. So it makes our day, our money time less on the island.
Yeah. Well,
Because everybody
speaking
goes to school.
Speaking of London, they've been kind of a growing football power around here for some years now. They're 3A, right?
They're I think they're 4A.
4A.
Oh,
They,
wow,
I
they're
think
already
I
at
think they just
4A,
bumped
okay.
up to 4A, but
Oh, wow.
they've got a bunch of their sports are doing really well. Baseball and softball.
They just kind of came out of nowhere a decade or so ago, I guess, with the growth out there. Like Tolosa Midway used to be. It was kind of out on the edge, and it would grow every year.
So how do they do the pulling for the sections for as far as splitting up the districts? Is it whole like everybody's in a room and it's just a grab out of a hat, or is there like
Is
a
there
Gerrymandering.
gerrymandering going
Yeah,
on?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
There's
no,
a-
that kid lives on that block. I want that.
Yeah, there's a committee they have up there And I can't even remember who's on the committee, but they're the ones who look at it all and look at the enrollments, and we just wait. And we just wait for that day where everyone gets the results at 9 a.m. and
Okay,
we get
that's
those
how it-
results, and then we got to figure out who we're going to play pre-district.
Happens
Yeah.
every 2 years.
Okay?
Right?
Every 2 years, right?
Okay.
that-
So it's like city council elections.
So they're maybe going to 4.
No. Do not say that.
So that's going to be a nervous time because that's kind of a game changer.
It
right?
is. It is definitely.
It's a life-changing deal depending on what card
Yeah.
comes out of the hat.
Because you can end up sticking around corporates if there's enough teams in your division, or if there's not, you're probably going to go south or go up towards San Antonio. So then you got to think about your pre-district games and like your travel time for everybody. So you got to
Sure.
everyone has each other on standby, and that kind of stinks sometimes because once you see who's in your district and how many teams in your district, it'll tell you how many pre-district games you got. And some people fill up and they say we're good, and then you call them up, say, hey man, are you good? Oh, I don't need that many games, sorry. And then
Yeah.
everyone, it's like it's crazy, and you're trying to get it done as soon as you can, because after a while, by that afternoon or the next day, the teams that don't have games are the people that they don't want to play against.
Yeah.
So you got to lock in. You got
Right.
to keep travel in mind.
Yep.
For everything. So you're trying to do what's best for everybody, and then sometimes there's just no choice. Like there's
You're
just
traveling
like, we
for
gotta-
3 weeks
We
in a
gotta
row.
go. We got to go because you either can't play anybody around here, or
What about when the schools like? Is there a definitive point where they jump up from 5A to 6A?
There's a
and
range.
you see it coming, or is it just like,
you
hey,
do
by
see
the
it
way,
coming. You do see it coming. It's online, and they come out with that date, and they show everyone the range for the
Okay.
divisions. So you at least know who's in your division. And then I think one of the rules is like if I'm on the smaller division, I can opt up
Yeah.
to a bigger one, but I can't. If I'm 5A,
Right.
1 or 2, I can't go down
Yeah.
one. So and then there's once the district come out, people can petition that and or try to say, hey, look, will you put us in? We're the only school that has to travel down to the valley, and there's a district kind of close to us that we could go to, but y'all put us down there. Is there anything we can do so where we can get that change? And sometimes they approve those.
Well, Flower Bluff opted up a few years ago, right?
That's right. Yes, sir.
And-
We did, and then we stopped doing that. We just. I mean, we still did good. We were still district champions. We were district champions. We're playing in 3 or 4 rounds in the playoffs, but the disparity of the number of students was so great that we said, okay, and sometimes it'll change. It usually widens. That we said, we'll just play wherever we're at, because you
get in the playoffs and you run up against schools with
yeah,
way
Katie
bigger.
Paytal, the team we're talking about.
Yeah,
there was another
tons of
team that we
people,
played.
massive resources.
Oh yeah!
and-
By the
yeah.
time that next year they were going to 6A, and we
Right.
had 17,
Yeah.
1,800 kids in high school. They already had 3,200
Yeah.
before we played them. So we're like, well, we don't want that to happen anymore. Like we
Yeah.
try to schedule tough to help our district play, so it wasn't like we were afraid to do
Right.
it. We were just like, it's probably better like if you just look at numbers to.
How many returning seniors do you have? Like, how much is your roster split up from last year?
We probably have about 21 or 22, I believe it is. But we have a bunch of guys who played on varsity last year, who may not have been starters, but they had a role. So, our guys, and we do spring football here, so they beat the crap out of each other for a while, and they're ready to hit somebody
Yeah.
else. So
Good.
they're always competing too, and so we let them know, like,
All right. Well, speaking of hitting somebody else, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna take a quick break. Island Moon Live shall return.
Oh, really?
His son continued on in high school.
hey, what's up?
He was a receiver.
Hey, you guys out? Okay, I'll catch you later. I'll
Good
find
to
you
see
in
you.
the I'll find you in the
In
pool
8th grade,
later.
7th grade especially.
I was looking this
They
up
don't
on
have good
Chesney's
receivers.
site. It's already
He
happened.
bounced, my son
What's
used to
that?
bounce them right off their chest.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
catch them.
That's right. What is that date on that?
That's what
June
I
2nd.
did. I
there's another one. There's another upcoming one.
Skills
Okay,
they
because
learn.
that's
They'll
good. 'Cause my
catch.
kids can't.
Yeah.
They'll throw before they can
You know
catch.
what?
Yeah.
You can't afford the physical.
I was
Yeah, we had one in June,
149
and there's
pounder,
one
so
on
I didn't.
August-
I didn't really
August
like
4th
going
or
over the
something
middle.
like that. It's the one we normally do.
Yeah.
But we had one before. That way, because some kids, by the time that comes around, the sports have started.
They're already, yeah.
And so we try to have one. in
One
June.
more.
But
It's
mention
about
it
9
because
minutes.
that was one thing I did like about
wanted
them.
to probably
They
the
make it
last
so because
4 or
not all
5
these kids can
minutes
afford
was
it, like go to the family doctor and spend.
Right.
Event.
And was that done by the county?
Yeah, Chesney did it with
Okay.
us.
Disney, yeah.
Perfect. Is there anything big in Port A this weekend?
What are they
What
doing?
tournament? I don't think it's anything
I
big.
don't think there is.
No, well, they
one.
had the
Legends or
no, they had the
That's
what do you call it?
Bart that's working on the Packers,
Gabe's
right?
tournament. No, the hang on.
not Poca Bueno anymore.
no,
they
no,
call
no,
it.
Pachanga.
Yeah,
So
Fish
they're,
Pachanga.
they're
Texas
posting up
Women's
for
one.
the storm,
Yeah,
I guess.
anglers.
They just put their
The acronym that will not be
We've
said.
got the first
put their
allotment
spuds
side
down,
of it
so-
on Sunday. We have a
You can see
fishing
it
tournament
looks like
over
it's
here.
going north.
And
Right
then
through
probably
Houston,
two
It'll
handicap
go in, it
winners.
looks, shows right going through San Antonio.
Yeah.
Coach,
But we may get
Clint,
more
anything you
water.
want to get to?
Okay, yeah, you had.
Reach out to. We got about 5 minutes, and we'll do our weekend roundup, and we're good.
You said there was a coach on the news this morning.
One of our coaches is, they just hired him as the head baseball coach at Vets Memorial.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we want to say that, do we?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's why I
Now,
asked
he's
you.
So
good.
we're
He's
not
a good coach.
saying
He's
it.
good.
That's why I asked you off.
It's the things you don't hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All right.
He just he wanted to be a head coach. He was an assistant coach.
Oh, well,
And so-
okay. Well, that's different.
All
Hey,
right.
can't
You all ready to
fault
fire
you
this
for that.
up?
Yeah, let's hit it.
And welcome back to Island Moon Live. We are here for our final segment, taking you to the top of the hour. We've got Dr. Brian Gully, Tyler Thorson, Jay Gardner, Coach Elwood, Dale Rankin, and my name is Jacob Boggs. We are glad you're with us. Coach, it's been a lot of fun having you on the show this morning, and we'll hopefully do a mid-season roundup with you and be able to touch base. I know you're about to be incredibly busy. I do want to
Depends
take
on the record.
yeah, exactly. I do want to take a second and say thank you for all the hard work that you do. I know you absolutely care for each and every one of those kids out there on the field and want the best for all of them in their development. So that really means
So
a
you
lot.
come back after the state championship
thank you.
game.
Yeah,
Yes,
there
sir.
you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Yes, sir.
yeah.
I will.
No, he puts a long hours in, I know, because he's out first thing in the morning. He doesn't get home till late. So.
How many
Yeah.
games can we watch? Will we be able to watch on the whatever the channel that we get?
Flower
just
Bluff
last time?
Sports Information is the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Yes.
Just about all of them. Just
And,
about all of them.
and those kids,
Wow.
those kids are good at announcing. They really are. They're
Yeah, they
getting
do a
better
good
and
job.
better.
Sometimes you get the
Yeah.
other teams announcing, then you got like, my gosh, they're all biased.
Yeah. Well, so that's something when, speaking of getting into the playoffs, there are different high school networks that have the rights to publicize different tournaments. And one of I'm not going to say the sport, but it involves setting. I'll say that. A school that's not Flower Bluff, but it rhymes with Flower Bluff was playing, and the announcers were so biased. It was so bad. And that was the only game in town. The only way to watch that game was
I
either
know, yeah.
someone's phone, one of the parents filming, or that was the broadcast. And oh my gosh, we were kind of,
Lauren was screaming.
yeah, exactly. There was a little screaming
Oh,
going on.
yeah. when you guys are away,
But,
we have
yeah.
to watch the other team's
Yes.
YouTube.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
but Flower Bluff Sports Information is definitely worth that, and Island Moon Live are the only two YouTube channels you need.
yeah, that's
you go.
right.
And you know.
Exactly.
Well, so you're about to go into you're going to be busy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Starting
he's gonna
Monday
head
Oh, yeah,
till
yes, sir.
sometime around Thanksgiving, whatever it is,
2 days,
October,
yeah.
November.
We hope we're playing into December. But yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is.
Do
Great
you like
times.
playing at indoor facilities? Like if you go to the Alamo Dome or something?
I think it's cool for the kids who have never even been there to watch anything. If
Yeah.
if we can schedule one in the Alamo Dome, I try to get the other head coach and say, dude, let's try to make this happen. It'd be so cool for our kids.
Yeah.
But it is cool. It's very cool.
What about the transfer from regular to artificial turf?
I haven't
Right.
seen just
Doesn't
a
make
whole,
much difference?
No, sir. No,
Yeah.
sir. Like we've been playing on it for so long now that
Yeah.
when you do get on a
normal,
grass
yeah.
field, you're like, wow, this is cool, man. This is a good deal. But I haven't seen. I mean, the only difference from what I've seen since I've been here too is you would slip a lot more. Like the sod, the grass
Yeah.
would come up and such.
Yeah.
And so
And the
with
sticker
art-
burrs.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Right.
But not a huge
Well,
difference
it
anymore.
used to be that artificial turf would speed the game up. At least seemed like watching it because
Uh-huh.
it was like playing on carpet.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's artificial turf. You go down on the field, it kind of feels like grass.
Right, like our baseball and softball field, when we just got their turf,
Yeah.
like I didn't realize when we're talking with our company, the different types of,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all synthetic, but there's the different fields. It speeds the ball up, slows the ball down. I was like, wow, I was getting,
Yeah, Nolan Ryan's family does those, builds turf and all
Oh,
kinds
really?
of stuff. Yeah, back when we were younger, you would get that carpet burn.
Oh, man.
You used to always see Staubach
man.
had a permanent
Yes.
scab on his
AstroTurf.
elbow.
Yes, AstroTurf, that's right.
Yeah,
People-
I remember in 1971 we had a practice field at UT, and we were out there playing soccer. The first time I got knocked down running full speed, I hit that, and I was like, man,
got
I just hit
strawberry?
concrete.
Yeah.
Not only that,
Yeah.
but
It's
it
hard,
was
yeah.
hard. It was like concrete with a little, carpet over it.
When I started playing indoor a lot and playing soccer, I would always wear those like 3/4 length pants, and people were like, "Hey, what are you doing wearing capris?" And it was like, man, I want my knees to be there when I stand up.
Right.
Like, yeah. You.
Did they have, I always wondered, watching the World Cup, did they have like an acting coach for when you get kicked in the
Oh,
shin
yeah.
and, oh my God, I'll never walk again?
It's like, yeah, how do you sell it, And there are codes when you're on the ground acting like you're hurt, and if people, one of your friends is like, dude, they're not even looking at you. It's like, okay, whatever.
So I have a
Yeah.
question about that. Maybe is during the World Cup, I think they were playing on artificial turf. They would take hydration breaks, but they would water the field.
It was a hybrid. It's artificial with natural grass growing up in between it. And depending on the field, in some locations, they had big rolling UV lights that they would use to grow the grass in between the matches.
I'm like, are they making it slippery? Hey, let's play soccer on ice.
Yeah,
Let's make
yeah.
this more difficult.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about announcers. I got a kick out. I watched the World Cup on Telemundo. I listened
I
to
did
Spanish.
too. Yes.
And but because I tried to listen to the American guys, and they didn't know anything about the game. They're football
they were better than
guys.
I thought they would be.
Well, yeah, he kicked it with his right
They're
foot. He kicked
too
it with his left
technical,
foot.
yeah.
Oh, he kicked it to another guy, and then they really didn't know what they were doing. So you listen to the Spanish. You only get every other third word, but you can follow along.
Yeah.
And they were actually using their like street names or something. And Wapo was bringing it up from the outside. It's kind of fun watching.
So
on
before we
television.
run out of time, a couple of things we want to hit this weekend on the island. First of all, weather. It looks like fishing will be hot, but possible on Saturday and Sunday.
The fish will be wet.
Yeah, probably some
Yes.
rain today. Surfing is spotty.
Do you think with this kind of movement from the east to the west, is it going to really push that cold water upwelling down at all? Do you think we're going to see freshwater or new water?
Yeah, obviously, if we do get some rain, it'll push it out and make it even dirtier, which will be even
yeah.
nicer. So
Well, it looks like the barge is moving over to the Lake Padre now to take out the sand plug.
no, so yeah.
Hey,
No, Brian and I
Is
were
that behind the
talking.
desk?
Brian and I were talking about during the break that barge over there was the one that's working on the Packard Channel Nature Park, and they're probably
Getting ready for the
Yeah.
storm.
they're getting ready for the storm. So they
Well,
gotta
on
move
Sunday
this stuff out.
afternoon at Brewster Street here on the island, we have the first La Posada event of the season, Christmas in July. They're raising, they're gathering school supplies for kids going back to school, so you can donate when you get there, or you can bring school supplies, either one. That's Sunday afternoon at Brewster Street.
1 to 3.
Saturday here at Marker 37, you have the Hooked on Padre Island Business Association fishing tournament. So you'll have Laguna Madre full of boats. Sounds like we should have good weather. And those are the main events going on that I'm aware of this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a turtle release on
Sunday,
yeah.
weather permitting, you give them a call and look at the
And that's-
Padre Island National Seashore.
That's
They
at
do those.
Malachite.
Yes, that's the hatchlings. It's not the full-grown ones.
They do that at dawn, right?
Or
Yes.
sooner, yeah.
We
they
ride
do.
at dawn,
We ride at
yes.
dawn.
Do they
Yep.
waive the fee getting into the park?
I
They
don't
know they
know.
haven't. They used to.
So that means you got to go really
gotta
early.
pre-register the
or you're
night
gonna get
before.
stuck in line.
Yeah. So they-
And then if you get there before the Ranger, you don't have to pay.
You never get there before the Ranger.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Done it many times. I mean,
And
So-
if you're heading down from San Antonio or Austin and you have your surfboard, this evening getting up to about 4 foot, and it looks like it's holding at about 4 foot swells all day tomorrow,
Okay.
getting down to about 3 foot by Saturday afternoon. So we're gonna have a weekend of surf.
Okay, and sometimes when it's dropping that 3, it'll clean up a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. If the wind cooperates too, we'll have some nice onshore.
And by sometime this weekend, you will be able to take your boat under the Commodore's Bridge, we believe.
But don't run over the silk
Don't
screen.
run over the
Or
silk
the
screen.
the
manatees.
silk
Yeah,
curtain.
or the manatees. So
you'll have to do the limbo dance under one of those
14,
canals.
14 feet of clearance. We don't know when you'll be able to go through Lake Padre. It'll be soon, we think. But you will be able to get under the Commodore's Bridge and back into the island canal system with your boat. So if you want to get out and just take a cruise around the island, this is a good weekend to do it.
You can go to Whataburger and places beyond. You could go right
Yeah.
here to the lovely Docks Waterline.
Yes, you can.
Also, I think I term out on the ISAC. as chairman.
that's right, you
And
do.
so I may stay on as an ex officio if they want me, but
For an Oasis
we're
County,
going to
yes.
need someone like Jay to get back on it. And I want to call him out right now in front
Good.
of everybody that he needs to get back on it. We need the experience. We need the
Good.
institutional knowledge.
There's a
And,
lot of projects going on right now,
Yeah.
and
There are.
ISAC needs to be right in the middle of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Well, I want to say a special thank you to all our guests: Tyler Thorson, Dale Rankin, Dr. Brian Gully, Jay Gardner, Coach Elwood. My name is Jacob Oggs. It's
Go
been
Hornets.
a great Island Moon Thursday. Everybody have another awesome weekend, and be sure to keep it on Island Time.
Step up and be the chair of that, then leaving good hands. Oh, when you term out, it'll be next council. Yeah. March. Yeah. And so there may be a gap and an interim if you term out
I just saw that.
in December.
Just a little late.
No.
I got to
No,
run.
you
We
have
good to go?
You have to do elections, yeah.
Good luck this season. We'll be
And special thank you to Mike and Larissa. Happy wedding. We will see you on Saturday.
You and Liska's?
Yeah.
You're invited?
Yeah.
You're going to Mexico?
No, not that one. Lauren reminded me right at the end.
Good to see you, bud. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good to see you.
So
Nice client.
when no turkeys for us this year, or just on occasion?